This is the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAT.
Gold heading back to Lawrence County.
Your home for the County of Champions.
Settles under it. The senior makes the catch. Perfection. The Shenango again are your Class 2A state champions.
Force out the third, and that will do it. Mohawk is your 3A softball champions.
Buzzer's gonna sound. Union repeats as the Class 1A WPIAL champions.
The top local athletes and the top sports moments all featured here, live or archived at lcsportsnet.com.
Sideline getting by one defender, and he's going to go all the way by Harrison. Harrison on the ground finds Blundo. Blundo rolls it in, up and good for two.
Shallow right field, giving a run, and a sliding catch made.
Down to 6 on the play clock. Here's the snap in the hold. The kick is up. The kick is long enough. It is good.
That's a fly ball deep right field. Get out of here.
Hope running for his life. Throws it up for grab. There's a man open.
Touchdown.
No way!
Ripped away from him. Right back to Stanley from the seat of his pants, and he throws it off the window and in.
Featuring over 100 broadcasts of county events in over a dozen sports. Your voice for Lawrence County sports.
The gold ball headed home to Newcastle.
This is the Lawrence County SportsNet.
Your national anthem here from Laurel High School, coming to you live from Spartan Country. It's WPIAL baseball action here on the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP, as we enter the penultimate week of the season. The Laurel Spartans hosting the Shenango Wildcats here at lcsportsnet.com. I'm James Dotson, Richie Saragnese alongside the Wildcats at 6-2 in section play right now, currently atop the section rankings, 10-3 overall. Laurel at 4-3 in the section, just a game and a half out of first place. They are 5-7 overall, and what we're expecting to see here, Rich, is well, what we've been seeing, a lot of splits. It has been Splitsville here in this section. In fact, every single section game, except for games against Northgate and Aliquippa, the two lowest levels of the section, has been a split. If any team sweeps in their series this week, they will clinch a playoff. That's these teams or any other of the teams across the section. It's been incredible how competitive this section has been all year long, Richie.
Yeah, James. Well, first off, I want to thank you for having me back in the booth.
Absolutely.
This has been a pleasure today. It looks like we have a beautiful game on tap here. Luca Santini going up against our guy Joe Campoli, who we got to see in person last week. Luca, a guy I'm pretty familiar with myself. So hopefully we get to see a pitcher's duel today, a good ball game. Long as both teams are competing, we should be all right today.
Yeah, let's look at these two pitchers, because that is definitely the top part of the tail of the tape today. When you look at Joe Campoli, who we'll see second, we'll start with him though. 4-2, probably had, unfortunately, probably one of his worst outings of the last couple of years. Only one strikeout for 5 walks. Love getting a chance. Hey, right back. It's Monday. Your chance to get back out there and make amends for it. And it's not a must-win, but it feels like it if you want to keep it in the section championship hopes alive. Got to come right back to it.
Yeah, it wasn't Joe's best performance last week, but a guy with a lot of experience that you have confidence in to rebound. So I went back and was looking at some of his numbers from last week. A couple keys that I had for Joe today is, first off, getting ahead. Okay, so last week he faced 22 batters. Only got first pitch strike on about 7 of them, so that's a 32% right there. Where in baseball, as a pitcher, we want to be at least around that 65% there. Then Joe, those 7 guys that he did get ahead of, he got 6 of them out, 86%. That's first pitch strikes. That's what we need is going to be most important for Joe today is that first pitch strike. We can't be around that 32% just like he was last week. If we can get up around that 60%, he should be all right. Then after that, I'm looking for Joe to be a little more intentional with his breaking ball. So what I mean with that is just throwing it for a strike, letting it start in the middle, almost throwing it at the catcher's face mask, letting it break off. Last week he threw about 28 breaking balls that I had charted, only 8 of them for strikes. So 29% strikes on his curveball for a 2-pitch guy. That's just not going to cut it when it comes down to matchups against Laurel, matchups against the Shenango, or even as we get into the playoffs. So, like I said already about Joe, we got to be better with his breaking ball. We got to be in the zone. 29% is just not going to cut it. And then lastly for Joe today, I have don't flinch. Laurel's going to score. Okay, last week the Shenango scored that second run, and we saw some emotion. We saw him kind of getting out of his rhythm. Today I want to see him keep his composure a little bit better and understand that you're going to give up runs in this rivalry game today.
On the other side, Lucas Santini, last time we saw him on the bump, he did all right. How about 9 strikeouts and a no-hitter against Freedom?
Lucas Santini, I mean, this is my guy that I want to watch. This is the most interesting pitcher, potentially one of the top pitchers in all of AA baseball. For Luca today, it's pretty simple. He has to have command of his fastball. If he can command that fastball and throw it for a strike about 60-70%, I think he's going to be successful.
And we are now underway. Your first pitch delivery brought to you by Penn Ohio Bottled Water is swung on and missed. Trey Ross leading off here today for the Shenango Wildcats. Bit of a change in the batting order. We'll get to that in a moment. Swing and a miss for strike 2. So quickly ahead, 0-2 is Santini. Kind of like you talked about, want to be working ahead. Oh, 2 pitch chopped to the right side, but kind of eats up the first baseman, R.J. Kissick, and that's going to allow the leadoff man on base.
Yep, love what I see from Luca there. Throws that first pitch fastball, commands his breaking ball, comes back with another breaking ball. In between hop there over at first base, just got to kind of sit down on it and let it go off your chest when you're playing on an all-dirt field here.
So now Sam Patton will come to the plate after the E3. First baseman will be playing football next year at Grove City College. As Santini winds, fires, and catches the outside corner for strike 1. Let's take a look at that batting order here today, brought to you by the Crane Room Grill. There it is: Ross, Patton, Campoli, Anarok, Halk, Farilla, Deem, Keeler, and Ziegler. Your starting 5, or starting 9, straight 9 for Shenango. Wrong sport. So beautiful outside. I want to be on.
Don't want to be inside today.
No, definitely do not. Tomorrow, well, we'll have to wait and see. Unfortunately, this looks like the best opportunity of the week as Patton squares the bunt, pushes one but fouled on the first baseline. Now 0-2 the count. So 5 pitches, 5 strikes so far.
Yeah, so from Luca here on this count, I want to see a waste pitch. So the rule of thumb on 0-2, 0 balls, 2 strikes is you want to be black or better, meaning the corner of the plate or out to the white line, and then we want to be above the batter's hands or below his knee. So here I'm just throwing the 0-2, say he goes with a fastball out to set up a breaking ball out, or a fastball elevated to set up a changeup. It looks like he's going out here, so I'm guessing we're seeing a fastball.
0-2 to count here to Patton as he kicks, fires, and misses away.
So now for Luca, you want to throw a pitch that tunnels off of that. Tunnel meaning it looks the same for about the first 50 to 55 pitches, which knowing Luca like I do, that's going to be his breaking ball. Or he could just stay hard and challenge like he's been doing, but I'm going to see spin probably here. Yeah.
He does, and it's hit towards third base, taken there by Sipe. It's going to be a tough play across the diamond, and the throw's going to go wild. He would have beaten the throw nonetheless, and that's going to allow an extra 90 feet for Trey Ross to get to third base.
Yeah, I mean, a ball that's hit like that as a third baseman, you got to recognize off the barrel that it's hit slow, it's off the cap, the end of the bat. I mean, that Vern just got to attack that with everything he has. Trust your training. It's a catch off the right foot, step with the left, throwing off the right foot there.
So runners on the corners with nobody down and 2 errors already in the inning. Here for Laurel defensively. Let's take a look at the Laurel defensive alignment brought to you by Medora Bonner Law. So Atlantic, McBride, and Faulkner in the outfield from left to right. Connor Mackerel and Vern Sipe on the left side of the infield. Tyler Shearer and R.J. Kissick on the right side. Colton Carlson behind the plate for Lucas Santini, again coming off of a no-hitter against Freedom in his last performance. 1-2 on the year, his 5th start of the season. Pounding the zone here early, down at the knees for strike one to Joe Campoli.
Yeah, and so in this situation, it's the top of the first inning with no outs. We just got to minimize and get out. So for Luca, I'm okay with giving up that run that's on third, but the guy on first is our priority right now. Wow, is that close? Luca, you could tell heavy fastballs so far. We're 9 pitches in, all but 2 of them being fastballs. Pretty similar to the approach that we talked about throughout the week in his prep. He's going to just challenge with about 70-75% fastball today. You won't see his change up until about the second time through the lineup, and a lot of spin down from the knees to the ankles.
This one right back through the box, past the diving Connor Mackerel, and you're going to get a Toshiba RBI base hit for Joe Campoli, his team-high 16th ribby of the year, and Shenango strikes first.
Yeah, great piece of hitting there from Joe. It looked like it was an elevated fastball from Luca, their glove side. Kind of got in on Joe's hands there, but just threw the barrel at it, trusted his training, put the ball in play to score the run. Excellent job so far from the Wildcats.
Walks and errors will kill, and there's a prime example right off the bat. And 2 on, still nobody out with Christian Anarok here at the plate. Watch his first pitch on the outside corner for strike one. Strike one, best pitch in baseball.
I love the tempo Luca has right now. A lot of times when he gets out of whack, he rushes down that mound. So from his peak balance point to his delivery.
That good breaking ball. Now, even though it's a ball, you're saying good spot. Why, Coach?
Yeah, we'll take that spot there. I like that. I love the tempo from Luca, like I was saying. Just need outs.
Kicks and fires on the outside corner for strike two. Our umpires today, by the way, Mr. Lenny Leeper behind the plate, John Presner on the base paths.
And then for the Wildcats, just got to move the runners up here. We don't need a base hit. We don't need a double in the gap. All we need is the base runner on second base to get to third at the end of this AB here.
1-2 misses upstairs. Count now 2-2 to Anarok. He had the sacrifice fly that brought in the game-winning run in extra innings against Neshannock. And how about that? I didn't get a chance to talk about that for Shenango. You lose 11-0. You come back the very next day, and you get the job done on the road to get the series split against the Lancers.
Yeah, I believe you referenced that after
Yes.
the Monday game about the mercy rule runs in that rivalry between the Lancers and Wildcats, that the team that has won the first game in a mercy rule has lost, what, now 3 or 4 of them?
That's 3 in a row in the last 5 years. Payoff pitch here is lifted towards shallow right center field, and that will fall in. And bases full of Cats, and still nobody out.
Wildcats just finding a way right now. It might not be the prettiest with a jam shot single, 2 errors, and a bleeder there, but whatever it takes against a pitcher like Lucas Santini, I mean, you got to take it, but you got to capitalize here.
And we're going to have a trip to the mound, consultation time. UPMC trip to the mound, and Coach Jason Burke's going to have a little conversation, probably just to calm down. First 4 batters get on base when you probably could have had first 2 batters getting out here, Richie. And, you know, that's what it is. When you get those extra opportunities, a team like Shenango is going to make you pay for it.
Yeah, I mean, definitely should have had 2 outs with 7 pitches. One of my keys of the game for Luca was just attacking and using that fastball command, and that's exactly what he's doing. But unfortunately, the defense just isn't up to par so far to start this game. And then on the other end from the Wildcats, they're just taking what the Spartans are going to give them. Haven't done anything crazy yet, but just doing what they're supposed to do.
The UPMC trip to the mound, UPMC Orthopedic Care, is Lawrence and Mercer County's local choice for sports medicine services. You can schedule an appointment at any of the 4 Lawrence County locations by calling 724-983-7000. So now Tyler Houck will step to the plate. First pitch misses outside for ball 1. Houck going to change the Shenango blue and gold to Penn State Shenango blue and white next season. He's ahead in the count 2-0.
In this scenario here, I'd like to see Luca go back to the stretch. So far, he's been in the stretch. Every hitter just dominating. Going from the windup is just speeding that tempo up just a little bit.
2-0 pitch gets a pop-up to shallow center field. Coming up and calling everybody off is McBride in center field, and that's going to be shallow enough that no one's going to be able to advance.
Yeah, great job there by the Spartans. That ball, that's in no man's land there. Could be the shortstop's ball, could be the second baseman's ball, but that's always the center fielder that has the priority there, has to come sprinting in nice and loud to get everyone away from him.
Yeah, signs of a good center fielder, and that is J.J. McBride making a nice catch in center field. A.J. Farilla now batting, has been the leadoff batter. Coach said, hey, we're going to switch it up a little bit here and see how it works. Moves from the leadoff spot down into the 6th hole today, and now has a chance to drive somebody in.
Yeah, sometimes dropping you down in the lineup, it's not a negative thing. It's nothing personal. It's just lower in the lineup, you see more fastballs. It's just the rule of thumb of baseball. So maybe A.J., he just needs that one good hit to get him sparked up.
3-0 the count, but also shows the versatility. Hey, you can be a leadoff guy and get me on base, but you've also driven in 7 runs already. Let's try to get you some more RBI opportunities.
Yeah, I really like the tempo here from Luca. You see how he stepped off the mound there. That's something we talk about, red light, green light. When you're not feeling it, step off, take the hat off. Just like that, deliver a fastball. Just a little reframing of the mind. Really, really experienced pitching there from Santini.
And then that one misses downstairs, so an RBI the easy way, a bases-loaded walk brings Sam Patton across, and it's 2-0 Cats here in the top of the 1st inning.
Yeah, and again, I mean, not doing anything special from Shenango, but they're just taking what Laurel's giving them. That's 3 free bases now, 2 runs scored. Pretty similar to what we saw between Neshannock and Shenango last week. Neshannock scored 11 runs. I believe 8 of them came off of errors or walks. I mean, pretty similar to that. We're just seeing mistakes by the Spartans. In a game like this, it just can't happen.
We have a Axe courtesy runner going in. The runner for the catcher at third base is Jonathan Santangelo. As your Axe courtesy runner.
We're already at 25 pitches for Santini in the 1st.
Remember, 100 pitch count is the limit. As that one in there for strike 1 to third baseman Nate Deem. Two nothing start here for Shenango, and still in dangerous territory with the bases loaded and only 1 down as Deem holds on that high offering. The 1-1. Fisted on the left side of the infield plate, coming to home and getting them by a step. Good play there from Vern Sipe, and a good stretch at the plate there by Colton Carlson.
Yeah, great job from Vern there to pick up off that error from earlier, attacking the ball, knowing the side spin it had because it was a jam shot, meaning it was in on the hands. It's going to hit and then go towards the third baseline. That's just an experienced play there from Vern.
And now we're going to get another courtesy runner. This is going to be Michael Egato. He's the runner for the catcher. I messed that up earlier. Santangelo was the courtesy runner for the pitcher, Campoli.
Yeah, so on the pitching perspective here, we're looking for a 3rd out in a hurry. We want to get 3 pitches or less of this batter, try and keep him under 30 pitches in the 1st inning.
That's a good start. First pitch strike as Keeler thought about it and then couldn't hold up. That one bounces away, but tough time. Looks like Egato couldn't get a good read of it. That one skipped all the way to the backstop, but no one advancing.
Yeah, it's a tough read for that third baseman there. It's a spiked fastball, so you never know what's going to happen there. As a catcher, you're not dropping to a knee and blocking that. You don't have enough time. So Colton did a great job just trying to backhand it and pick it. He did, just kind of dropped it there. Lucky not to have a run scored.
Keeler, who had the only hit in the first game against Neshannock, can he cash in here with 2 down, now facing a 1-2 count?
15 straight fastballs from Luca.
Does he break one off here? It's ripped the other way, and it is going to be a 2-out single. 1 run in, rounding third and heading towards the plate is Farilla, and he's going to get in there with a head-first slide. Another play going to third, and he's going to be out. Trying to advance to third was Nate Deem for the 3rd out of the inning, but damage done. A 2 RBI single that scores Egato and Farilla. Gives Shenango a 4-0 lead as we head to the bottom of the 1st inning. We'll keep it right here at lcsportsnet.com. We'll flip the script and we'll take a look at the starting lineup here today for the Laurel Spartans, as they are going to be now chasing 4 runs. You see it there: Kissick, Santini, Carlson, McBride, Mackerel, and Jones, Shearer, Sipe, and Faulkner in the starting 9 for Laurel that only averages 5 runs per game on the year, Richie, and now down 4-0 before they even get to swing the sticks.
Yeah, so for the Spartans, we're down 4, but the good thing for them is it's the first inning. Okay, so as a coach or as a team here, you're just looking to cut it in half or just get 1 on the board. Once you get that first one, little things like we just saw in the first inning with errors and walks can happen. And then for Joe, it's just similar to what we talked about. Like I said, his keys of the game is now you have a 4-run lead. We have got to get ahead. He cannot be 32% again like he was last week with the first pitch strike. He cannot be 29% with his curveball in the strike zone. He's got a 4-run lead, so I'd like to see fastball-heavy approach, make the Spartans hit it. Maybe back up the outfield a step or 2, play no doubles to start. But for Joe, we just got to be intentional in the zone today. We got to throw the fastball. For the Spartans, just got to scratch. Got to still have 7 at-bats.
Yeah, got plenty of time ahead, and you're not going to get it all back here right off the get-go, as you see John Hedlund, the first base coach, making his way down to his coaching box. Coach Jason Burks coaching at third, the 2009 Union graduate in his second year with the Laurel Spartans. Real quick, let's take a look at that defensive alignment for the Shenango Wildcats. There it is with Farilla, Ziegler, and Keeler in the outfield. Nate Deem, Trey Ross on the left side. Tyler Hawk and Sam Patton on the right side of the infield. Christian Anerock, the junior, behind the dish for the senior left-hander Joe Campoli, a 1.66 earned run average, a 4-2 record so far this year. And he will take on R.J. Kissick to lead it off, and he squares the bunt, pushes one down the third base line, but foul.
Yeah, like I have said already twice about Joe, first pitch strike will take a foul ball bunt attempt all day and every day. So for Joe, now he's ahead. Last week when he got ahead, 86% of those were outs. He's just got to work with that now and attack.
You say you're not a math guy. Even Richie Saragnese can do that sort of math.
Well, I had a little spare time on my hands with PSSA testing.
Oh, so the calculators were out.
They were.
0-2 to count as that one misses upstairs. 1-2 to Kissick. All singles, no extra base hits on the year for the leadoff man for the Spartans.
A LaRoche commit, I believe.
I believe you're correct. That one misses down and in.
Good spot. If I'm Joe, I'm throwing that same exact pitch in the same exact location.
Saying you can't lay off it twice in a row.
There's no way. No way Mr. Greer behind the plate isn't giving that twice. Slider.
Dave Greer calling behind the dish for strike 3. First strikeout of the game. Remember, he only had 1 strikeout in the entire game there against Neshannock last time he was out there.
Yeah, looking like himself, hopefully, today. Spot. So, like, even like that, it's a ball. Yeah, we didn't get ahead, but it's a good miss because you're getting the batter looking across the strike zone to then throw exactly like that, a breaking ball that looks like a fastball for the first about 55 feet and let it break to the other side of the plate. That's what I referenced earlier as tunneling. That's just a great job.
Especially as a left-handed pitcher with everything breaking back in towards the batter. As Santini now with a 2-1 count. Leads the team with 9 runs scored.
Thinking curveball here. Yep.
It is a breaking ball, but it stays upstairs, 3-1 to count. How about that Santini? You know, such a talented player, the junior. 3 RBI on the year, but they all came against Aliquippa last week. Hadn't had any driven in runs, so he leads the team in runs scored. 3-1 pitch is hit towards short, taken on 2 hops there by Trey Ross. Long throw across the diamond, and in time to retire Santini. 2 up, 2 down here in the bottom of the first.
Yeah, and like we said earlier with Luca, we went the third out in a hurry. So I know Colton Carlson batting .486, 18 hits on the year, one of the best hitters in Lawrence County. In my opinion, definitely a college baseball player. You don't want to be too careful here. You do want to challenge him, but this guy can put a ball in the trees out there in a second.
Laurel has played 12 games this year. He has a 3-hit game in 5 of those 12 games. First pitch catches the outside corner for strike 1.
Joe getting ahead again.
74 and sunny. Beautiful day out here at Laurel. Unfortunately, though, that this might be the it for the week.
Yeah, I saw that wasn't looking too good. Not looking too good to get out on the golf course the rest of this week.
What's the handicap at now?
Oh, I don't know. I'm not ready to go public with that.
Another breaking ball. This one missing down and in, 2-1 now the count.
Yeah, so with the breaking ball with Joe, he's throwing everything glove side. So any breaking ball he throws is going to be inside to a right-handed hitter. That's 3 in a row now.
So now as a batter, what are you thinking 3-1 after those last 3 you've missed inside?
So I'm looking dead red fastball. I mean, I'm looking one spot. It's got to be middle in. So I'm looking for a zone. If it's not exactly where I want it on a tee, you're taking it.
And he does draw the 2-out walk, does Colton Carlson.
Yeah, I mean, for Joe, they're not the worst thing. I mean, Colton can, like I said, he can beat you in the heartbeat. He can put a ball in the trees at any swing. Up 4-0, I would have liked to see a little more of a challenge there. Maybe instead of 3 breaking balls, challenging him and see what he can do, which we know what he can do.
Mm-hmm.
But as a pitcher, I'm going to trust my stuff and just think that my best is better than him. But a 2-out walk, I mean, that's not the worst thing.
Alex Medved is your Axe courtesy runner over at first base, a courtesy for the catcher, and he's going to move his way to second base. Throw coming down late. I'd say it was closer than I thought it was going to be, but he will advance on the wild pitch, does Medved. Quick gun there from Anarok behind the dish.
Yeah.
But that's why you want
there, spike fastball.
But that's what you say, though. That's why you challenge, because now you have a runner in scoring position. Inside corner evens the count at 1-1 for McBride. 6 RBI on the year. Also all singles.
Yeah, this is their effort guy. This is one of the heartbeats of this lineup for the Spartans.
This one grounder towards
Tough
third
play.
base, right down the line. It's going to be a long throw across the diamond, and it's in time. Nate Dean, beautiful play to end the first inning. No runs, no hits, but after a walk, a runner left on the bags, and the Cats lead Laurel 4-0 at the end of 1. We'll take a quick break, come back in a moment. You're watching WPIAL Baseball on the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
Hey, Mom, do you need a ride to the store today?
Oh, no thanks, hon. I got it covered. Mike's taking me.
Okay, well, you have a doctor's appointment tomorrow, right? I can take you to that.
No, I got it covered too. Mike's taking me.
Mike?
Yes, Mike's my Axe driver. Picks me up right at my door and even helps carry my groceries. It's so convenient to schedule and ride with Axe. Wish I would have called him sooner.
Okay, Mom. Sounds like you got it covered.
I have an apple pie ready to eat. How about you help me with that?
When it comes to shopping for insurance, there are thousands of options out there. MVP Insurance proactively shops and compares your policies to find the best coverage and rate. Josh Mathur and David Verratti want to provide you with the level of personalized service that you know that you are the MVP of their agency. They simplify insurance so you can live stress-free. Visit one of the locations in Xenia Opal or in New Springfield, Ohio. Call MVP for the win. Proud sponsor of the MVP of the game on the Lawrence County SportsNet.
Let's take a look at some of the other keys to the game here for today. Call Joe Wright at 724-714-4294 to discuss your next painting project with your works in progress. Keys to the game. Richie gave you a couple keys for each of our pitchers, and the big one there, Shenango's hit both of theirs already. The keys were to work ahead, which certainly Joe did that in his first inning pitching, and to get the big innings, a 4-run top of the first, a big part of it there. And for Laurel, it's their goal needed to be to win every inning. No, you weren't going to win the first inning, but trying to chip away, and really the rest of the game you got to be thinking about, hey, just get one back at a time the rest of the way.
Yeah, for the Spartans, I mean, still 6 more at-bats. It's on their home field, so they're all right.
8-9-1 hitters here, or excuse me, 9-1-2 hitters due up. Ricky Ziegler leading off, watches ball 1 upstairs, and it is Luca time. You weren't expecting to see another no-no here, but let's see how he responds after giving up 4 in the first inning, and you said you've liked his approach so far.
Yeah, I love his approach. I mean, he could have got out of that first inning in about 10 to 12 pitches, maybe a hair more. Should not have been 31. Just the defense did not show up to start this game. A mental error at third, not attacking that ball. A ball that was a single and short. It could be debatable about the positioning there. So for Luca, like I said, for Joe, don't panic. Still got 70 more pitches. Just attack.
But you called it right there with called strike there in the outside corner. 31 pitches, you only get 100 in a game, and that's the other part of it too, is that not only do you give up extra base runners, extra runs, but it's extra pitches towards your allotment.
Yeah, and one of the things I wrote down for Luca this morning when I was looking at the game was avoid the 30-pitch inning. I have it right here. I mean, comes out in the first inning, 31 pitches.
Top of the order now up, and Trey Ross, who reached on an error in his first at-bat. First pitch to him misses outside. Ross leading the team with a .471 average. Swings through that one, evens the count at 1-1. Also leads the team in the category no one wants to.
Hit by pitch.
Four times on the year.
Oof.
This one, ground ball back up the middle. That one took a wicked hop in front of second base. Mackerel got over there well. Serge just bounced up rough on him. Not really anything he could do on that.
Yeah, tough hop. The only thing I would have probably liked to seen better was him getting more towards first base when he was attacking that ball. I know it's hit hard. I know this is a dirt infield, but that's not an excuse. I think if he took 1 or 2 more steps toward the baseball, like toward home plate, I think he could have got it on the long hop instead of that short hop that just ate him up.
So second time today that Ross has reached on an error. Doesn't count towards your on-base percentage, but looks good. We'll take it, right?
Yeah, I mean, for the Wildcats, just need base runners. Just looking to add maybe one more here. Could look for a bunt. I know Sam Patton's a great athlete. I'm assuming he can bunt. Looks like he's pretty deep in the box, though. So
Yeah, attempted to sacrifice his first time, though. Swings through that. Great breaking ball from Santini for strike 1.
I believe that.
Or strike 2, excuse me.
Yeah. So for Luca here, after a swing like that, you can either bury it on the back corner of the plate or you're going to elevate a fastball above his hands and then come back to the breaking ball on the next pitch. Guy like Luca, I mean, we've got the 0-2. Had to have been a – yeah, I mean, this is his 4th 0-2 count. We just got to put him away in it.
Long pause now, kicks and fires and frees them on the outside corner. Second strikeout of the game, second of the inning.
Yeah, that's beautiful sequencing there from Luca Santini. And just sometimes as a hitter, there's just not much you can do when a pitcher is placing everything like that.
Santini now 28 strikeouts on the year. Came in with a 3.20 earned run average. 4 runs scored in the first inning, all unearned.
Watch the base runner here. He's creeping. There he goes.
He's off. High pitch, throw down coming. And throw actually may have beaten him, but the shortstop was a half step late.
Throw was beautiful.
Swiped bag, number 8 on the year now for Trey Ross, and he leads the team in that category as well.
Yeah, I mean, it was an elevated fastball, an unintentional pitch out. Was not a pitch out, but kind of acted like one. A good transfer from Colt. Nice 1-2 hop. Shortstop was just late. There's no reason for that. Another mental error for the Spartans. Just can't happen.
Downstairs makes it 2-0. Now, how much of that is on the shortstop or how much of it could be on the first baseman not calling it out?
Could be both. I see both sides of that. But as a shortstop with Connor, a guy that has experience, especially with where he's playing right now, he's shaded way up the middle. He's got to be there. He's putting him on.
Yeah, 2-0 count.
Yeah, you don't want to pitch to him.
So intentional walk will put Campoli on base. And here's the other thing. I'm not sure how I feel about this one. The 2 pitches that he didn't have to throw don't go towards his pitch count. Little League World Series, they would have bumped it up by 2.
Yeah, I'm familiar with that.
I'm conflicted on how I feel about whether that should be added on or
To
not.
the pitch count?
Yeah.
I can see both sides of it. I like that from Coach Burks there.
First pitch misses outside. What was it that Coach Burks did to you?
Just that he put Joe on.
Oh, just putting him on?
Joe laced a single up the middle in his first at-bat. Last week against the Lancers, he was seeing the ball really well. Nothing against Christian here, but Joe's just not a hitter that I want to face right now.
Downstairs 2-0 the count.
Plus the base was open as well, so yes.
Yeah, sort of made sense. I mean, Campoli, yeah, he didn't get a hit in that first game against Neshannock. So that means now he's hits in 10 of his last 11 games. For the Cats, Santini kicks, fires, and gets a swing and a miss. Zanderach swung out of his shoes. Not that 2-0 pitch.
He tried to hit one into the trees there. So now here, when you get, as a pitcher, when you get that elevated pitch that they swing through, normally it's going to be spin after. He went right back to it, all right.
2-2 now the count, so now you have basically everything available as in your arsenal if you're the pitcher.
Yeah, so the reasoning for the spin, the curveball there is just changing eye levels. The elevated fastball and a curveball tunnel together, so it looks like the same thing for the first 50, 55 feet, and then it would break off, crushes a hitter. Yeah. I was 1 pitch behind.
You're just ahead of everybody. So now with a full count, runners will be off and going with the pitch.
3-2, throw your best. So right now it's Luca's fastball. I mean, he has thrown his fastball first strike all but 2 or 3 pitches this inning. I'm looking for another one here. Just challenge best on best. Timing play.
Okay. Good job by the batter as soon as he sees that happen. Like, let's not even mess with it.
Yeah, so normally when you see that shortstop go over towards the base there and then break in front of the base runner, trying to get in the vision, something's on at that point like that.
Well, inside move to step off. That was.
Not sure what that's. No movement from RJ there. Not sure what that was.
I think it might have been something at first.
Runners are moving. Hold your ground here.
Now they go, and it's fouled back to the screen. Saying hold your ground, you're talking to the fielders, right?
Yeah, so in that scenario there, it's 3-2, 2 outs, guys on first and second. So the base runners are going to be stealing. You know they're stealing. So as the base runner, there's no throw to throw anywhere. There's no throw to be made from the catcher. Okay, so you just stay in your position.
Field the position, get the batted ball.
RJ.
So now they're off and going again, and another one fouled back onto the football field.
Yeah, he's just challenging him with that fastball. Like I said, 3-2, you always throw your best. He just threw 2 of his best fastballs of the day. Both of them were a little elevated, so I would love to see him go back to that curveball. This is where you just got to trust your training, trust your bullpens. Just throw it with confidence right at the catcher's chest. I'm guessing that's what he called there, and that's why he stepped off.
Kicks, fires.
Threw it.
He wouldn't have trusted it, but it stayed inside.
I'll give him credit. And a great at-bat from Christian there.
Well, he only has a 286 average, does Christian Anorak, but he has a 560 on-base percentage. And that's because he now has a team-high 15 walks.
Wow.
So, I mean, catchers should see the plate pretty well, right?
Yeah, that's really impressive, fighting off 2 elevated fastballs from Luca there. He was up 2-0, got it back to 2-2, fouled off a couple of elevated fastballs, hung with the curveball there. Pretty close, good pitch. Little, I believe from where we were sitting, that was elevated?
Yeah, it stayed up. Yeah, I think it stayed up.
So, I mean, just a great AB there. It's a quality at-bat. Take your walk.
Now bases loaded, first pitch swinging is Tyler Houck. This one's lifted towards right field. Faulkner going back, now settles under it and makes the catch to end the inning and end the threat. Bases left loaded by Shenango in the top of the second inning. It remains a 4-0 Cats advantage. Back in a moment here on the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
Tired of gasoline costs? Why drive? Let the Newcastle Transit Authority take you where you want to go. Serving the city of Newcastle and stops throughout Lawrence County, as well as weekday service to Pittsburgh. Public transportation just makes sense. Why drive when you can relax and ride? For more information or for route schedules, log on to newcastletransit.org. The Newcastle Transit Authority, going your way. And remember, senior citizens ride free.
More and more, people are consuming information on screens. Businesses that want to engage, educate, or entertain clients are turning to Toshiba to provide inspired communication with digital signage experiences that attract attention in novel and entertaining ways. Information needs to be managed to be effective, and organizations can trust Toshiba to provide solutions for improved workflow, which help to securely store, organize, and manage information, whether in digital or physical form. Toshiba, empowering the art of business.
Your hip, your knee, your shoulder, whatever has been holding you back, UPMC Orthopedic Care is where you'll find experts to help you get back to a better quality of life. UPMC is pioneering minimally invasive surgeries, and we offer personalized treatment plans and same-day surgery to get you home and moving sooner. It's your ankle, your elbow, your hand, and it's your move. Visit upmc.com/ortho to learn how UPMC can help.
That was early, right?
Bottom of the second inning, Mackerel, Jones, and Shearer, the 3 due up here for the Laurel Spartans, trailing 4-0 in the bottom of the second inning. Connor Mackerel, the shortstop, batting .314, leading off here in the bottom of the second. And now a 2-0 count. Now 3-0. You know, we kind of saw this in it was either the second or third inning against the Shenango. A great one inning, and then next inning completely different when Joe goes back out there.
Yeah, I believe it was the third inning last week.
And a 4-pitch walk in that
Looks like
to lead off the third, and 4-pitch walk here to Mackerel.
Yeah, it looks like he's guiding it there. So a guy, you know, I work with a decent amount of college, high school pitchers. I've talked to a decent amount of professional pitchers or collegiate pitchers. I mean, there is no simple answer for guys that go back in, they sit down for a while, come back out, and they're a little stiff, other than just potentially simulating an at-bat in those warm-ups. So for Joe, next time he comes out for his warm-up pitches, I'd like to see him be maybe a little more intentional, like mentally simulating A-B so you're locked in before the first pitch.
5 in a row, and now a swing and a miss there from Jack Jones. Jones, only his 7th plate appearance of the season, hitting as the DH today.
Freshman. Very impressive freshman. Jack, a kid I know pretty well, plays in the PA Playmakers organization. A good buddy of mine is his head coach. I got to see him play a little bit last summer. I mean, a tremendous, tremendous outfielder. Swings the bat really well. This kid has a bright future in front of him.
Squares the bunt, pops the bunt up, back, and out of play. Count now 2-2. I don't know, that fan got a really slow jump. I think he should have been able to catch that one, but.
Yeah, could have been ball 4 there. Freshman just a little antsy. Just got to see the ball in the zone.
Back in time at first base there is Mackerel.
For Joe, we're 8 fastballs so far.
You looking for another one here? He spins it, but it stays inside.
So based off of that take, I mean, you normally repeat it off of a bad take like that, but you're up 4-0. He also doesn't have much command of his fastball. Tough call.
Whatever
so
you
I'm
trust.
over here.
It's called strike 3 for his second strikeout. And if it's me, you know, especially with a senior coach like that, when I'm saying more than anything. Something said in the Spartan student section, and I give credit to whoever said, yeah, no, that was my fault. I shouldn't have said that.
Accountability?
Yeah, we'll take that. That one inside corner for strike 1 to Tyler Shearer, but going back to that last pitch, especially with a senior veteran player who you trust, if I'm a coach, I'm saying, hey, what pitch do you trust to throw?
Yeah, like we said in the last inning with Luca, 3-2, you always throw your best. Best meaning most confident.
Outside corner, 0-2 now the count. That one catches Black inside and outside, and Shearer down 0-2.
Spartan coach is not happy.
Oh, looked like they had Mackerel leaning, but the throw a little bit inside. I'm not sure if that was directed at the bench or at the batter and runner, maybe not knowing the play.
I am not sure. Not sure. He's still not happy down there. Both coaches.
Going fouled back. Good piece of 2-strike hitting right there, staying alive.
I mean, Luca.
It did feel pretty quick. I wonder if it was that.
I mean, that's not even close to what Luca's doing. So if they're upset about it. Yeah, I mean, Luca was at the peak of his balance point, and the umpire wasn't even looking yet. So I'm not sure.
0-2. Another one fouled away, and you can see why Tyler Shearer has one of the best stat lines that I saw. He's only struck out 3 times this year in over 30 plate appearances.
Impressive. We need a ball in play here then. If that's his forte, then we just need a ball in play. We need to get that runner to second base. Cannot have a leadoff guy get on when you're down 4 and just leave him there.
Had 2 of the 3 RBI in the game against Elwood City in non-section play last week as well. 0-2 just misses inside.
Pitch. So going back to last week, this is where I said that I think Joe needed a changeup. You get that fastball glove side into a righty 1-2 here. This is the perfect changeup count.
That one tailed away. Evens the count at 2-2. Or, excuse me.
2-2. Should be.
Blue just said 3-2.
I don't think so.
This one.
Tough play.
Coming charging his Deem. Long throw, and it's going to be just in time to retire Shearer, but does the job, as you mentioned, gets something in play and moves the runner over.
Yeah, I mean, obviously not what you want as a hitter, but you did the job. That's why, you know, when coaches say play for the name on the front, It's just Spartans. You need to get that run in. Jack needed to get that runner over. We're just one batter too late, but again, he did the job. If you're charting quality at-bats, that's one of them. You push the runner up to the next base. Playing for your team, not playing for yourself. It doesn't matter that you're 0 for 1. We need that run in. We need to play for the team.
Good play by the freshman at third base, too. Talk about Nate Deem charging that ball and able to get the out.
Yeah, and for Joe here, he has first base open, so he can be pretty careful about how he pitches the Vern.
Vern Sipe, number 8 batter in the lineup, only his 8th plate appearance of the year, takes strike 1 on the outside corner.
Yeah, there's that fastball that we talked about. Everything's going to be fastball is going to be arm side, so away from a right-handed hitter. Curveball is going to be glove side into a right-handed hitter. It's just Joe's MO. It's how he throws.
Another check swing and foul, and quickly up 0-2. And that's not just Joe. That's a lot of strong left-handed hitters or left-handed pitchers will throw that way.
Yeah, that's a majority of left-handed pitchers. Just because the way the ball comes out of their hand, naturally it runs away from a right-handed hitter. So they're just going to stick their fingers a little closer on that ball and let it tail off the plate.
The 0-2. And there's a breaking ball, right, like you said, towards that back knee like you want.
Yep. Now from here, you get a batter kind of shuffling backwards out of the box. You see movement of his feet. As a pitcher, I'm throwing a fastball arm side. I'm throwing that two-seamer again. That's all I got.
Just missed it downstairs, though. 2-2 now.
Yeah, not a bad miss. That's a good spot. Not bad. Go back to attack mode here. Guessing you're going to see spin, glove side.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2
down.
down.
Glove. Just blew past him.
Second strikeout of the inning. Third strikeout of the game, and ends a Laurel threat with a runner in scoring position. 2 innings played here. It's 4-0. Shenango leading Laurel. Back in a moment here at lcsportsnet.com. Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
Works in Progress Painting wishes a successful and satisfying season to all the Lawrence County sports teams and athletes. Work hard and bring honor to your team, school, and family in how you play. Joe Wright and his family have been providing painting, window cleaning, and other property services for business and homeowners in the Lawrence County area for over 10 years. Their goal on every project is to provide a meaningful service that honors their customer, God, and their family, and to have fun while doing it. Works in Progress is now booking interior painting projects for both residential and commercial projects. Call Joe today at 724-714-4294 to discuss your next project.
GEM building contractors and developers have a proven record of performance on any size project. They bring value, local craftsmanship, expert management to meet any challenge. From design construction, from inspection to budget estimation, GEM Builder has been building our community for 70 years.
For 20 years, Melee Chiropractic has treated athletes of all ages to help them get safely back to the top of their game. Melee Chiropractic has 3 full-time doctors in their office, and all 3 are former area athletes who have had to battle injuries throughout their careers. They want to help you get safely back on your feet. But more importantly, help stop the injuries before they happen. Prehab before you rehab. Attention all high school student athletes. During your sports season, a $30 visit to the Melee Chiropractic office includes an adjustment and/or all therapy is necessary. From the athletes of tomorrow to the weekend warriors and everything in between. Let Melee Chiropractic keep you in the game.
Top of the third inning. Shenango leading 4-0 over Laurel here. Farilla, Deem, and Keeler due up for the Cats here in the top of the third. This is our Melee Chiropractic inning as that breaking ball misses upstairs to Farilla for ball 1. Farilla hitting .222 on the season so far. Walked and scored in that 4-run first. Now an outside corner evens the count at 1-1.
Yeah, Santini at 53 pitches already. We gotta monitor that pitch count. It is only the third inning. Gonna need at least 5 out of him.
Tell you what, maybe a little surprisingly, Campoli after 2 innings at 40.
Yeah, 18 in the first. Not bad.
Got way out of the zone there. 3-1 now the count to Farilla. The goal is about 15 per inning, right, Rich?
Yeah, that's what old Coach Bub, Mike Kirkwood, 2-time state champion, that's what he used to always preach. College was always about the same thing for me. We always say 3 pitches per batter, but we know that's not realistic.
That one's lifted down the right field line, but it'll tail foul into the woods. And the count now full. I mean, Coach Bub always said that, and that was before you had the 100 pitch count limit. That was back when you had You know, you guys going 140, 150 pitches in a game.
Yeah, I remember the one time throwing 134, I believe, the one game.
Farilla chases that one upstairs for strike 3.
Great comeback by Santini there. Farilla just chasing.
Third K of the game for Santini. Now Nate Deem will step to the plate. We mentioned on the other side, Tyler Shearer, the senior, only 3 strikeouts on the year. Well, this, a freshman, only 4 Ks for him all season.
Pretty impressive numbers from both sides here. Some really good youth I know the Spartans have on their side, Wildcats as well.
Another one downstairs, 2-0 the count.
Luka just doesn't look comfortable right now. I'm not sure if it's the mound or what it is. He's just, every pitch, he's falling off the left side. He's got to tunnel and stay through the catcher a little bit longer.
So when you say tunnel, you're saying like really focusing in and just following through straight forward?
Yeah, following through straight forward, thinking about just the back corner of the plate, the catcher's nose, the catcher's forehead, whatever it may be. He went back to the stretcher. He's not feeling it. I'd like to see a mound visit here.
Yeah, with 4 straight like that, and really none of them close.
Yeah, just got to be more intentional with the fastball, especially when you're, you know, nothing against the Wildcat hitters there. I mean, Nate Dean has a great 364 average, but when we have 1 out, no one on, we know our pitch count's an issue right now. We just got to be intentional. Oh, got him.
And thrower thought he got him, but
he wasn't watching. Oh, he was out. Oh, he was out. I don't think that was particularly close either.
I'll be honest, I missed it too. I was looking down at the note, and
he was out. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Hate to be that way, but I'm gonna.
But hey, it goes both ways though. That, you know, as the pitcher and the fielding team say, it's all right. You got to work through it, and as the batting team, like, hey, we got a break. You got to make something out of it.
So, you teach the officiating class. Yeah. Okay, it's too late now. This is not gonna work. But my question here was,
yes,
the fielding umpire with the base runner on first base right there. Is he just dead set staring at the base runner on first, or should he be watching for a balk from the pitcher and following the ball? Like, where are his eyes supposed to be when the pitcher comes set is my question.
So in a 2-man crew?
Yes.
Yes, it should be beginning because he's also watching for a balk. Now with a runner on base, he is not, I don't want to say not as invested, but the home plate umpire is also supposed to recognize that and be more watching for a potential balk as a result. So like what he's doing right now is this one's foul back and out of play, doing exact that. You're watching the pitcher. If there's then a play towards second base, you rotate your body with it.
So I'm not trying to be critical of Mr. Presler in the field, but the reason I asked that question is because he was dead set on timing play. He was, I believe he didn't see the play in which Luka picked him off. So then instead of having his eyes on Luka to the base, he just completely turned to the base. I don't think I've seen that from an umpire before. Not to be critical, but just I'm just stating what I'm seeing.
That one tails inside, and the count runs full. Luka's not missing by much soon. You can tell a little frustration.
Happy. Yeah. Body language has to stay composed. It is only the third inning. 4 runs is something that the Spartans can come back from.
Payoff pitch. Pops back, fouling out of play again.
3-2 again, throwing your best. Jack has seen all fastballs this at bat. We got 6 fastballs.
Tried something off speed, and Jack's able to draw the walk. Second walk of the inning, 5th of the game issued by Santini, though one wasn't intentional. 2 on, 1 down.
Yeah, and for the Wildcats here, you have got to capitalize. You got runners on first and second, 9 hitters up, Rick Ziegler, but we know he's a good hitter.
He squares the bunt and actually gets one down towards third base. Throw across the diamond. Good play by Sipe to get the out. So it'll go down as a sacrifice. So I think that was more an attempt as a bunt for a hit. Because normally you have the third baseman holding at third, but it was hit so hard that he's the only one who could play it.
I think it was a bunt for a hit, but based off of his footwork, I'm not 100% because his right foot, normally when you bunt for a hit, your right foot goes back, like almost toward the third base dugout, where his right foot went in front of the plate. I don't know if I've seen that. So let's hope it was a bunt for a hit there.
Well, got the job done nonetheless. Turns it over for top of the order in Trey Ross. He's got 13 RBI on the year. He's reached on an error twice so far today.
Yep, big, big scenario here for the Wildcats. Putting up a 6 spot would be huge. Need to capitalize here.
Santini from the windup, and that one cricket bowled in as well. Great block. Colton's made a couple already, has Carlson behind the dish. Again, this is our Melee Minute between the top and the bottom of the inning. We will take a look at the softball updates across the county.
I believe this is our 73rd pitch for Lucas Santini coming here.
And it's going to be
it's
golf
tailing.
towards left field. Going back on it, turning and running is Willenick. That's going to two-hop the fence. There's your 2 runs. There's 2 bases, maybe 3. Ross is going for it. Throw coming in is going to pull him wide, and he is around the tag. Second triple of the year, a 2-run triple. And another 2-out, 2 RBI hit.
Huge there for the Wildcats. That's a great piece of hitting there. 2-0, saw a fastball middle in, did exactly what he's taught to do and just sprayed it to left field. Luca's just getting behind, so at that point you got to throw balls middle.
So Deem and Keeler both score. And now Sam Patton to the plate, called strike 1.
Yeah, what a job by the Wildcat hitters, Wildcat offense, just taking advantage of what Santini and the Spartan defense has given them.
And how much part of it there, too, is sitting dead red on a single pitch because he's been a little out of the zone, right?
Yeah, you know he doesn't have much command of it right now, so you can just look for one ball on a tee, one spot.
And he does, and that one's going to get past Sipe at third base for another 2-out Toshiba RBI.
Yeah, that's where the aggressive offense from the Wildcats is paying off. I mean, probably should have been a double on the last batter. Goes to third, takes the chance, wild throw.
And I think that's going to be it.
That's going to be it for Santini. Wow. I believe 74 pitches for Luca is what I had him at there. Here we're seeing Jackson McVicker coming into the game.
McVicker will be your new pitch. We'll get you the full changes here in a moment. We're going to take a red zone timeout. This is your red zone pitching change here in the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
When the high school season heats up, make sure you have the best gear to support your school. Head to the Red Zone on Wilmington Road in the Shannock for all your county sporting apparel needs. From sporting goods to custom apparel to embroidery and more, the Red Zone has it all. Quality gear for all 8 schools in the County of Champions. Stop by and enter the Red Zone or visit them online at theredzonesports.com. Score big at the Red Zone.
Does your blueprint not match the vision of your building project? Not with Creative Edge Architecture. From concept to creation, Jeff Measle will help tackle the complex problems, creating design solutions and construction experience. Creative Edge gives you the edge design and construction meet.
Whether you're hosting a big party, it's family dinner night, or you just need a place to go and watch the big game, the Crane Room Grill is the place to be. Need that something special for your upcoming event? Ask about the CR Brewing Company's custom brewing options to give your big day that personalized touch that your guests will never forget. Visit craneroom.com to see their full menu, or call in your takeout order now at 724-656-1553. The Crane Room Grill and CR Brewing Company, a winning combination.
For the Spartans, the only change it appears is Jackson McVicker heading in to pitch. So you go from righty to lefty to face the big 3-hitter, the left-handed hitter Joe Campoli. So we'll get the final numbers here on Santini here in a moment. 2 2/3 innings pitched. Get you the rest of the stat line in a moment as McVicker, the freshman, toes the rubber. Long pause, now he kicks, fires, and throws one in there, evening the count at 1-1. McVicker, this is his 6th appearance, 5th time coming out of the bullpen. 11 Ks, 8 walks on the season so far for Jackson McVicker.
Yeah, super impressive job here from Jack so far. I know he's only thrown 2 pitches, but I really like the tempo, the long holds, the checks to first. He's just throwing his fastball. He knows the type of pitcher he is. He's not going to overpower. As a freshman, 99% of the time, you're not going to overpower a good senior hitter like Joe Campoli. So you just got to attack him, trust your stuff in the zone, and locate. You're up 1-2 here. You can spin. Look at that 2-strike approach from Joe, choked up on the bat. Ooh.
Left that one upstairs. You can see kind of slipped out of his hand.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that was there. Wildcats might be in action here, 2-2. After a sailed pitch like that, this is a good pitch to run on because you know he's going to try and be intentional in the zone.
Patton with a couple of stolen bases on the season. He's not going here and freezing them for strike 3. A big strikeout to end the inning. But damage done as 3 more runs across the plate for the Wildcats. 3 runs on 2 hits. There were also 2 walks and a runner left stranded on the bags. We'll keep it right. Undefeated at 13-0 now after their win against Shenango on Friday night. Miley Anderson had a double and 2 triples with 4 BI in that win. Peyton Newman, a 3-run home run as well. They have senior night festivities against Riverside tonight. In D10, Wilmington 9-3 now after losing on against Union on Saturday. Ellery Fenko had a home run in a crucial region win last week against West Middlesex. They play Reynolds tomorrow. In fact, they're the only team not playing today in baseball or softball in the county. You mentioned Union beating Wilmington 11-0. Mia Pruz got her 600th career strikeout and 27th career home run in that win on Saturday over Wilmington. They've clinched a section crown. They host Swickley today. Mohawk in 3A has also clinched a section championship. They have 8 or more wins, or 8 or more hits in all 14 games that they've played so far this year, Richie. Insane what the Sticks are doing there from Mohawk. They host Avonworth today. Elwood City in second place. They've also clinched a trip in the playoffs with a win last week when Lena Lucarelli and Riley Prestipine each had home runs against Quaker Valley. And finally, in Class 5A, Newcastle. They won a must-win game on Friday over Fox Chapel. How about 9-8 in 11 innings to stay in playoff contention? 3 RBI for Zoe Shields. Kara Mangieri now with 13 home runs and 40 ribbies on the year. They need 1 win in their final 3 games to clinch the playoffs. They host Shaler today. There's your Melee Minute Plus, brought to you by Melee Chiropractic, keeping you in the game as we keep you informed of what's going on across the county in terms of high school softball. Breaking ball in there to Braden Faulkner on the 0-1 pitch. It's popped up on the right side and maybe lost in the sun. Owes off the glove of the first baseman Patton, and reading it the whole way is Faulkner gets all the way to second.
Yeah, and sometimes that's all it takes is something like that to get the offense jump started. From the Spartans, sure, we're down 7, but we still have 5 at-bats left. Just got to cut it in half or just get a 1 or a crooked number on the board up there. Try and get to that Shenango bullpen. So here, this is a bit of a gut check for the Spartans. I want to see, I don't get to get out and see them often. I want to see what they have. You're down. So what? You have 5 at-bats. A little adversity is not always the worst thing in the game of baseball. You see just like that, should be an out, should be a jam shot, keep Campoli going. Instead, we got a guy on second base, top of the order up, no outs. If the Spartans are going to go, this is the inning. This is the time right now. And for Joe, you got to remember you have a 7-run lead. Just need to get out. You need to minimize. If that run scores on second base, it's okay. It's a positive inning.
First pitch swinging is R.J. Kissick, and it's going to be a ground out, 4-3 to retire Kissick. Runner advances to third. I believe that was a pinch runner.
Yeah, it looks like Jack Brest. Yeah, and for RJ, obviously not what he wants there on the first pitch to roll one over to second base. But again, quality at-bat. I mean, it's a successful at-bat according to the charts of quality there. Gets the runner over, now going to get the runner in.
First pitch breaking ball breaks around the plate for ball 1 to Lucas Santini.
6-3.
Ground out in his first at-bat. That one catches the outside corner. Count even at 1-1.
Yeah, for Shenango, staying deep, just getting outs here. Ooh, great pitch. There's that glove side breaking ball that he has thrown repetitively now for 2 starts. Probably more, at least 2 starts that I've seen.
Now 1-2, working from the windup. Misses downstairs. 2-2 the count, but that's more of a setup pitch, I know, if you're thinking of Richie right now.
Yeah, that's, I mean, as perfectly placed on a 1-2 as you can be. Probably seeing spin right here. Yep.
And it's a ground ball taken on one hop by Nate Deem. Winds, fires, brings it across the diamond to retire Santini, but gets the Toshiba RBI.
Yeah, both sides. I mean, that's a win for both sides. Spartans get the run. Shenango gets the out. 2 outs, no one on. You're still up by 6 in the 3rd inning. I mean, just good baseball from both sides there. Lucas saw the breaking ball coming in his backside. Didn't jump and get out on his front side. Let it travel. Did what he was supposed to do. Just good baseball on both sides.
That is your Toshiba RBI. Visit www.business.toshiba.com. Click Find a Dealer near you for all of your printer output device and digital workflow solution needs. Carlson takes strike 1.
Yeah, it's already the 4th breaking ball that Carlson has seen this game. I think the Wildcats know that he's a good hitter.
Ground ball deep in the hole. It's short. He's going to handcuff Ross. Long throw. Not going to be able to get to it. Second error of the inning now against Shenango.
Yeah, unfortunately, nothing you can do there for Trey Ross at shortstop. All dirt field here for the Spartans. Just took a bad hop on him. Just nothing you could do.
And courtesy for the catcher here is Medved.
And going back to JJ's first at-bat, I said he's the spark plug. He is the heart and soul of this offense. So this is a big spot for him. 2 outs, 1 guy on. He's shortly down 6. If we could get 1 more in, that would be really big.
First pitch swinging is McBride. Fouls it back to the screen for strike 1.
And in JJ's first at-bat saw 3 fastballs, a 5-3 put out. First pitch fastball there. Joe's got to show him spin here at some point. There it is.
There it is. Now way ahead with an 0-2 count. So now you've gotten him 2 ways. What are you thinking as a pitcher here, Richie?
I'm probably going to go fastball out again. It looks like that's what they're doing from where the catcher's at. Yeah.
Gets him
Tough
off
play.
the end of the bat. Coming at it is Ross. Going to be a long throw, and he's not going to be in time.
Don't you dare call him out.
He caught him out. Oh, my God.
Woo!
James, I'm going to let you take over here.
From our angle, it looked like he beat the throw. The only one that matters is what the base umpire says, and he said that he got it in time.
Can that be overruled?
No. The only thing that can be appealed is if it is – the only thing that can be done is if it was appealed for coming off the bag. So we're going to step aside as it's now 7-1. We'll be back in a moment on Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
Right now, someone very special needs your help. This is Jack Lynn, CEO of City Rescue Mission. No one is beyond God's love and care. One person's life can affect another. Though you may never meet this person, you can make a difference in his or her life. Hurting men and women in our community desperately need food, shelter, and physical and spiritual care. Some are struggling with abuse and addiction. They feel alone, unloved, and forgotten. Individual, caring people provide their hope. You can help change the lives of men, women, and children. Visit cityrescuemission.org and help us today.
Don't get left out to dry. Call the Penn Ohio Bottled Water Company for the fastest and most efficient bottled water delivery service in the area. Penn Ohio offers bottled water ranging from 16.9-ounce bottles to 5-gallon jugs, perfect for your next event or office water cooler system. Also, don't forget to ask about their custom labeling options. Visit PennOhioBottledWater.com for more information and to get a quote on their delivery services. Whether it's at home, in the office, or on the sidelines, Penn Ohio has you covered.
When it comes to protecting those you love, the businesses you've built, or the things you've earned, you need someone you can trust. Who better to protect your interests than a local insurance agent? Pontius Insurance is a team of local agents helping local residents in Lawrence County and surrounding areas, specializing in auto, home, business, and life insurance. Come see Dan Pontius, Jessica Dix, and Tracy Giddings, and the rest of the team at Pontius Insurance, and receive the personalized service you deserve.
Top of the 4th inning, Shenango leading 7-1. And we have another new pitcher, it looks like, out there for the Laurel Spartans. Here will be the 3rd pitch that they have used. This is going to be Braden Faulkner going in to throw.
Yeah, ball jumps out of Braden's hand. I've seen him throw a little bit before in the past. I've actually worked with him. Pretty good mechanics, has a 3/4 arm slot. I'd like to see a little more momentum going down from the peak of his balance point. Similar things that we've worked on in the past, similar things that we've talked about. You got to understand you're down 6 right now. We need strikes. You just got to challenge. If it's the fastball, throw it. If it's the curveball, throw it. Whatever he has command of, you just got to throw it. Be intentional with it in the middle quadrant of the zone here. And just trust your defense, although that's been a little okay so far. Just got to have faith in them that they'll pick it back up.
Final numbers on Santini. 7 runs, 3 of them were earned. 3 strikeouts and 5 walks. Jackson McVicker came in, retired the 1 batter that he faced. He's now back on the bench. And how much of that is thinking about
tomorrow?
Tomorrow, right?
Yeah, Jackson's definitely a guy that they're going to want to use. Be curious to see how far they run Faulkner up here. I know he's another guy that they like to use in their jams. I got to assume that R.J. Kissick or Connor McCrell, both of those guys will be throwing tomorrow. So at this point, when you're down 6, you're not going to use your 2 main guys in Kissick and McCrell. Nothing against McVicker or Faulkner. They're both tremendous pitchers, good young pitchers that need to develop. This is just the perfect time for them both.
Yeah, freshman in McVicker, the sophomore in Faulkner.
I mean, good young group here for the Spartans.
Jack Brest is out now in right field. Same between the break. Was trying to figure out exactly how everything got moved around with their order. Played deep in the hole. Long throw. Good job to hold their ground at first base by Kissick on the throw across there from Shearer.
Yeah, great play from Santini there. Ball hitting the hole, arm side for a shortstop. For those that are looking at him, it's glove side. Like the 6 hole, a lot of times shortstops will get caught going too deep towards the left fielder. Luca kind of cut it off to give himself a chance there. Great job there.
Retires Anorak. Now first pitch swinging is Tyler Houck. It's going to be popped up towards center field. Can of corn there for J.J. McBride. 2 up, 2 down.
Yeah, and like I said earlier, the Spartans are not done yet. I understand it's 7-1, but still have 4 at-bats left. They've scored 6 runs quite a bit this year. Just got to keep putting up crooked numbers, quick outs. Faulkner's doing a great job.
First pitch working down, but that one too low for A.J. Farilla.
Man, did Colton Carlson make that pitch look amazing.
Yes.
He is. I mean, sitting back here behind him, watching his glove work, his frame work.
That one's fouled back. Evens the count at 1-1. I mean, any great pitcher is going to tell you you're only as good as the catcher making you look good, right?
Oh, it's unbelievable. The catcher, in 5 years in college and high school, the catcher is the most important player on the field. What that catcher does back there, and I'd say the Spartans and Colton, not only in Lawrence County, but probably in the WPIAL, he's got to be one of the best, if not the best catchers out there. He is. Look how he's down, getting out underneath it.
Misses upstairs, 2-0 now, or 2-1 account, excuse me, to Farilla. And only a junior, by the way.
That's a college player.
3-1, but the question is in what? I mean, just a great multi-sport athlete. I mean, he was a huge part of the football team this past fall as well. 3-1, fisted back into the screen.
Yeah, I do the sticks for at the home Spartan games, and I forget exactly what game it was. I think it might have been the home playoff game against California. He made a catch. It looked like who made the Hail Mary catch in football? Was it Calvin Johnson? Or no, Aaron Rodgers threw it. When they were playing Seattle in replacement referees a few years ago.
Yes, I forget who made that catch. As this one's driven back, and it's going to keep going over the head of the right fielder, Jack Brest. It's going to be a 2-out double for A.J. Farilla.
What a great piece of hitting there. Low and out fastball. Instead of trying to pull it and get vertical, get tall throughout his swing, kind of drove his back leg down to it, let it go into that jet stream a little bit. Just a great piece of hitting there.
And that was actually Mason Moser, who's now out in right field. Thought that looked like number 1, but the game changer was behind on confirming that for me.
Yeah, back to Cole, what I was saying. I mean, for those of you that are football fans, I remember I was probably a young kid. The Seattle Seahawks played the Green Bay Packers. Aaron Rodgers threw a Hail Mary. It was one of the best catches in football history.
Yeah.
Colton made it the same, if not better, catch this year. It was unbelievable. kid is an athlete.
That's actually one of our potential nominations. We're going to have a Melee Chiropractic Play of the Year at the end of the year, like we have last couple of years. A little bracket-style tournament. That one catches the outside corner for strike 2.
Who was last year's winner?
Oh, now you're going to put me on the spot. Give me a moment. Now I got to think back through it. 2 years ago, it was a game I think you were a part of. The Dom Cubelis walk-off hit and run.
Out at Seneca Valley.
Yes.
Hit and run. That was a lot of Coach Q.
Swing and a miss. First strikeout for Faulkner. After the 2-out double, able to get out of the jam and leave a runner stranded on the bag. 7-1, Shenango leading Laurel. Back in a moment here at lcsportsnet.com, powered by LCAT. Lawrence County SportsNet is proud to honor Shenango's Zoe Buck as the March Red Zone Female Athlete of the Month for placing 6th in the Indoor Track and Field National Championships in the shot put. LC SportsNet is also proud to honor Shenango's Cassie Tucker and Newcastle's Jeff Mattel as March Athletes of the Month for qualifying for the State Bowling Championships. Congratulations and best of luck to Newcastle's Jeff Mattel, Shenango's Cassie Tucker, and Zoe Buck, the March Red Zone Athletes of the Month. Whether you're hosting a big party, it's family dinner night, or you just need a place to go and watch the big game, the Crane Room Grill is the place to be. Need that something special for your upcoming event? Ask about the CR Brewing Company's custom brewing options to give your big day that personalized touch that your guests will never forget. Visit craneroom.com to see their full menu, or call in your takeout order now at 724-656-1553. The Crane Room Grill and CR Brewing Company, a winning combination. Heading to the bottom of the 4th inning now with Mackerel, McGraw, Jones, and Shearer, the 3 due up here for the Spartans. Chipped away with 1 in the bottom of the 3rd. That's got to be your goal. Just get 1 or 2 each inning the rest of the way through.
Yeah, it's certainly attainable. The Spartans, like I keep saying, they can do it. I mean, it's not, sure, it's a 6-run game, but we saw the errors with the field. We saw the walks. I mean, it can be done.
First pitch misses upstairs for ball 1. And I'll tell you what, this field, I mean, any dirt field, obviously, but this field always just had gremlins. This ground ball up the middle is going to go past Trey Ross. And how about this? That's actually the first hit of the game for the Laurel Spartans.
You know, last inning I was looking at my chart and didn't notice that, but as the pitcher in me, those words are not ever coming out of my mouth.
So me neither. And one of our colleagues, Lee Moan, is complete opposite. I'm not superstitious like that. I said, because you didn't play baseball, did you? I said, no, you're right. First pitch foul.
Who it was? There was an MLB pitcher throwing probably about a week or 2 ago. I believe it might have been Mackenzie Gore for the Washington Nationals. I'm in a group chat with a couple of my friends. The one guy that is not a baseball player is the guy that says, "Oh, he's throwing a no-hitter." Within 30 seconds, boom, it's double in the cap.
Breaking ball downstairs evens the count at 1-1. One of my first years broadcasting, I worked with a guy who he hadn't played baseball, but he was a believer in that sort of mojo, and we went through and we called a no-hit game where neither one of us said the words the entire game.
Who threw it?
It was a kid for Gateway against Franklin Regional, yes, I think it was Gateway beating Franklin Regional.
Wow.
Yeah, that was an incredible, fun one for sure. As that one gets in the chase on a ball in the dirt, runners can't advance. As Jones retired on the K, 4th strikeout of the game, thrown by Joe Campoli.
What a great job by Joe Campoli. You give up a lead-off single, you give up your first hit of the ball game in the 4th inning. How do you come back? Fastball, curveball, and the 1-2, you bury it in the dirt to the freshman. I mean, that's just a senior inexperience right there. That right there is why the Wildcats can make a deep run.
Ground ball up the middle. Nice diving play. Glove flipped for 1, 2. I'll just say it right now, folks. There's your Melee Chiropractic play of the game. Give him the shirt now. Tyler Houck to Trey Ross to Sam Patton. 4-6-3 twin killer. Oh, that's one you dream of right there.
I don't think we're going to see anything better than that today, or maybe even the rest of the year.
I'm not sure.
What a play.
We just talked about your Melee Play of the Year coming up.
There you go.
Mark that one down for sure. And that erases the only hit of the game for the Spartans. 7-1 after 4 innings of play. We'll be back in a moment here at lcsportsnet.com, powered by LCAP.
I love what I do because coming in every day is different.
How can you not enjoy these kids coming up and hugging you and giving you these great smiles all throughout the day? You guys ready?
Seeing the progress that our kids make every single day is one of the reasons I love coming to school.
What should we do? We have fun.
LCAP Early Learning Centers is hiring. Help empower young minds in Lawrence County and become a superhero today. Apply at lcap.org.
That was awesome.
Thank you for calling Axe. Where can we take you today?
To work, to the store, to Grandma's house. Axe can get you there, but it's much more than a ride. It's a joyride.
I'm helping people. I'm getting them out of their house. I'm taking them to their doctors, to the grocery store.
They say I'm entertaining. Okay, we laugh.
Top of the 5th inning here as we get ourselves resituated. Somebody didn't bring a chair, and somebody's being nice. And
You even texted me and said, oh.
1-0 pitch here is driven deep to left field, and that's going to go over the head of Will Zwolenick as Jack Keeler is going to get his second hit of the game. He's been on base all 3 times. Second double of the year for Jack.
Have a day, Jack Keeler. Number 10 out there, 8 hitter, seeing all fastballs. I mean, he's got to see double-digit pitches by now. They're just throwing him fastball after fastball. The guy's on time, hands back early, just pounding the baseball.
That he is. No, you know what? I did bring a chair. You know where it is? It's right here, because my producer's more important than I am. He did offer. No, a big shout-out. Finally get a chance to get Michael Greco out here. Every game we've had him scheduled, it's been the monsoon game. So glad to see he brought the sunshine here today.
First for everything, they say.
Rick Ziegler, the cousin of Braden Ziegler, playing up at Westminster. I believe the Titans just clinched the playoffs.
They did, yes.
That one's chopped foul on the third baseline.
Yeah, huge year for the Titans, a team I'm pretty familiar with. My dad's one of the assistant coaches up there. I pay close attention to them just about every game.
As we would say, I mean, we always talk about one of our producers, Rob Nattell, and his father.
Tony.
Yeah, his father, Bob Nattell, is always the cooler Nattell. So,
of course.
So we have to bring this one in. Is that the cooler Rich? I don't know.
I think so.
The cooler Yuck.
He's got me beat. Big Yuck or Big Sir, just everyone likes to call him. He's definitely got me beat.
The 1-2 misses upstairs. He wins the count at 2-2. I don't know. He hasn't agreed to join me on any of these games, so I'm not sure if he qualifies.
Well, if you get him on, that's a guy that can talk. I'll tell you that much. Might just be him solo.
Hey, that would work. I'll take a day off. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Now the count here to Ziegler, hitting .222 on the year. Fouls this one back to the screen. They've done a good job of wasting these 2-strike pitches. That's 5 now that they've been able to foul off with 2 strikes.
Yeah, Shenango Wildcats are having an amazing day at the plate. They really haven't done too much special. I mean, I know we've had 2 doubles, a triple, which is a lot, but they're just taking everything that the Spartans are giving them. Just playing routine baseball, mistake-free.
Another one chopped foul towards the Spartan dugout. Yeah, I mean, look what they did non-section early. So they played here in town, won a close one against Hopewell, lost to Riverside, no shame there.
No.
They go and play 3 down at Myrtle Beach, 2 scrimmage in a game. They play against Sidwell School. By the way, that's the school where the Obama children went to school.
Wow.
I mean, that's just a cool thing to be able to have as a little trivia card down the stretch for these players as he fouls another one off to Ziegler. Then they come back, they take care of their early section games against Aliquippa and Northgate. The non-section win against Wilmington in there as well. They get their first adversity, losing to New Brighton. I mean, that New Brighton kid throws.
Budacki.
Yeah, Budacki is. I mean, he can win anytime.
Yes.
He's on the mound, but again, they come back, win game 2. They lose game 1 against the Shannock. They come back, win game 2. Now here I like seeing them jump up early in this series against the Spartans. Throw behind the second base after strike 3, and he gets his hand in there just in time. You can see again the quick strike from Carlson, second strikeout for Faulkner in relief.
Yeah, and for Faulkner, we're at 24 pitches, so not going to have him tomorrow. At this point, we're just looking for the Spartans to empty him. Just give him the rest of this game or as far as we're going to go. Doing a great job so far. Relief, leadoff double, punches out the next hitter, just attacking with his fastball. Not overpowering anyone, just like you see there. But just stay in the zone, have a little movement on your fastball, and you're going to be successful. Braden Faulkner doing an amazing job out of relief so far.
I wonder who just said Beetlejuice, though. Mention cooler Rob Natel, and all of a sudden he shows up. That one misses upstairs, evens the count at 1-1. Rob and company up there at the softball field. We'll get you full score updates here in the bottom of the 5th inning of all the games going on across the county today. Swing and a miss. Swinging through that offering there was Trey Ross. Reached base all 3 times today has Trey. Twice on an error and once on a triple. Misses downstairs.
I'll tell you, I got here a little early today, unlike last week. Got here a little early today and was just sitting kind of watching the IO, and of every kid on both teams, just their actions. So for me, I'm looking at their movements, their actions, how they throw the ball, how serious they're taking their reps.
Ground ball, base hit between short and third. Rounding third is Keeler. Here comes the throw, and it's going to be cut off. And it's going to be another 2-out RBI base hit. Trey Ross's third ribby of the day.
Yeah, and like I was saying, go back to pregame. Really not familiar with Trey Ross. I mean, I've heard of him. I've watched him play a few times. But watching his IO, I think it was bar none the most impressive player on the field. Just his actions, his movements, and they have him playing first. He took his IO actually at second base and a little bit of shortstop. Then he's got a triple. He's got a single, an RBI there. Got on base 4 times. I mean, this kid is having a day.
Strike 1 down at the knees to Sam Patton. Talk about having a day. He's got 2 singles and an RBI as well.
Yeah, Wildcats, I mean, if they are hitting and taking advantage of poor defense like this, and Campoli's going to throw the way he is, and then they also have Tyler Houck behind him. I mean, this could be a force. I believe they're ranked, 3rd or 5th this week in the WPIAL rankings.
Right between that. They're in 4th according to the Trib Live. They were number 1 before the Neshannock series last week. Long pause here, and time requested and granted there by Patton. Burgettstown ranked number 1 in the Trib Live rankings in Class 2A. Riverview at 2, Neshannock 3, Shenango 4, Fort Cherry into the top 5. And that quality Rangers team with Matt Sig and company down there.
Yeah, not that you want to lose a baseball game, let alone get mercy ruled like that, but every now and then you do need something like that to happen in baseball. You need, everything's going good. What was their win streak? 5 games, 8 games?
I think it was 5 or 6, yeah.
5 or 6. Every now and then you need something like that. Well, I'm guessing their practice the day after is a little more intense. Every now and then something like that's not horrible for you, especially in the game of baseball where there's just so many games where every now and then you can lose one.
Sam Patton hitting .278 on the year. Scored a run in the first inning. He's now got 18 runs on the year. 3-1 count. Good hit and run count right there for Ross, and he gets his second swiped bag of the day.
Yeah, so hit and run there. What you're looking for from the base runners, you're taking about 4 hard steps, looking back at the hitter to see where the ball is, and then as the hitter, you have to swing at the pitch unless it's a ball in the dirt. Have to protect that runner. Doesn't matter if it's in the other box. You are swinging.
Oh, and that one hits Patton on the left shoulder, and that will close up that open base. Faulkner's first hit batter of the day.
Yeah, big spot here for Campoli. He could throw a serious punch here. Guy on first and second, 7-1, 8-1 now. Sorry. I mean, a couple more runs, and it might be tough here for the Spartans. Not that we're losing hope, but I mean, this is a big spot for your best hitter.
First pitch swinging, but out in front of it. It's popped up towards left center field. McBride trailing over, and he's going to make the catch in right center for the second out of the inning. Go back to that hit and run. I want to see if you remember the same vernacular that Coach Bub always used. 2 pitches you don't swing at on a hit and run.
Ball 4, ball in the dirt.
Ball in the dirt, ball 4, yep.
Yeah. Yeah, and 3-1 is the most, the highest percentage to throw a fastball. So that's probably the best count why they did it there. Just experience from Coach O down there at third base.
Not to mention, yeah, the ball 4 potential that can come with it as Anorak swings through that first pitch. And you mentioned the experience. How about 144 wins over now 14 years? 12 in his first stint. Took some time off. He retires from teaching and decides, you know what, I got extra time now. Let's go back on the diamond.
Not the worst life to live, huh?
No.
Was he the head coach when Zach Herb, Tino Campoli, and so forth, when they won the WPIAL?
No,
2021.
So he was done through 2018. You had Coach Matt Diesel for a couple of years, and then it was Coach Larry Kelly who led him to that district championship.
Just a hanging breaking ball there.
And Anorak made him pay deep into the left center gap. It goes 2 runs across. Christian Anorak. Another one you can say have a day. He's on base 3 times.
Yeah, and from Faulkner there, he's going to want that pitch back. It's 0-2 on Christian Anorak, who's been on base 2 times already leading up to that, and he just throws him a hanging breaking ball at the numbers. I mean, a hitter like that, you just can't do that.
RBI number 14 and 15 on the year for Christian Anorak, as we have another Axe courtesy runner. Axe is here to get you there. Lawrence County's door-to-door transportation service, open to the public, taking people to work, play, anywhere they want to go. Call 724-652-5588 for more information. Tyler Houck called strike 1 on the outside corner. Yeah, it'd be nice to say, hey, let's retire from teaching and just be on a diamond, whether it's coaching or doing instruction or
anything,
or doing the broadcasting. Would love it.
Any day on the diamond's a good day.
Even when it's 30 degrees out. Good read there by the base runner. Would have had third base swiped
Coach
easily.
O didn't like that one though. Look, he's letting him hear it right there. Coach O did not like that one. I like the effort. I like the hustle. I like what they're thinking there.
Do you think it's because of the count, the situation, or because there's 2 outs?
Could be a combination. He wasn't a good jump. I mean, Laurel's not holding him on at all, so right now he could go. So, I
Ooh. And they're saying whether this was a swing as it hit Tyler Houck. The issue is with a 2-man crew, you're going to have to ask for the base umpire's judgment on a ball where the base umpire has to be behind second base.
I'm going to leave the officiating to you.
Now, that's tough because it looked like he was in a swinging motion, but did he check the swing? And they're going to say, no, he did go through on the swing enough. Yep, so instead of a hit batsman, it is a strikeout. It was close. I'm not in an angle to be able to see it from here.
Okay.
And in all honesty, when it's with a 2-man crew, I don't know if anybody's in a proper position to be able to see it effectively. Either way, damage done. 3 more runs across the board.
Yeah, and just a little thing there from Coach O. Yep. I mean, that's easy to get frustrated with your hitter at that point. Instead, what's he doing? All positive. I love that. Game day, from the coaching perspective, in my belief, just needs to be positive, positive, positive. Love that.
3 more runs across in the inning on 3 hits, no errors, and a runner left on the bags. We'll keep it right here as we head to the bottom of the 5th inning with a 10-1 Shenango lead. And let's take a look at some of the other games going on across the area, see if we can get you some score lines as well.
Mohawk and Elwood score.
Mohawk-Elwood, currently Elwood City leading Mohawk 3-1. That game, get you an update here, is in the top of the 4th inning. We'll see game 2 tomorrow, weather permitting, here on the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP. The other games going on in the baseball world, Union taking on Summit Academy. That game is a final 16-1 Union. They're going to play the game 2, 8 o'clock tomorrow at Pullman Park, actually. Interesting one there. Neshannock at Northgate today. Thought that was going to be at Northgate. They are leading 9-1 in that contest. Newcastle against Shaler. Let's see if that, here's the issue. We have that here with Shenango against Laurel, both baseball and softball. We got that going on with Newcastle and Shaler also going on right now. The baseball team losing 14-3. Ooh, big game with the Lady Canes, though. They need to win that against the undefeated Shaler Titans. It's 8-6. close one there again, as Newcastle's played lots of close, tough games so far this year, as this is Mason Moser in there for the Laurel Spartans to lead off the bottom of the 5th inning. A couple other scores, Mohawk softball leading 4-3. And the big one just up the road, it is a 5-2 lead for Laurel right now on the softball diamond in the 4th inning.
Yeah, and this is where Joe Campoli struggled last week. Got deep into the game, got deep into his pitch count. Last week it was about 40. This week he's at 60. Last week, that leadoff walk. Here he gets ahead 0-2, throws a good 0-2 breaking ball, changing eye levels. Look to see an elevated or arm side fastball here. Looks a lot better mentally this week, I would say.
This is downstairs.
You know, and one of the keys I had to Joe was don't flinch, keep your composure. This is the composure I was looking for.
Ball 4 just missing, or ball 3, excuse me, on the outside. So now the count full.
Good take, good spot.
Only allowed the 1 hit to McCrell in the 4th inning. This one's fouled back to the screen by Moser. That lone hit of the game was erased on a 4-6-3 beauty of a play from Tyler Howe, because this one's fouled onto the track. Mentioned Shenango doing a good job of wasting 2 strike pitches. That's the 4th that Laurel has fouled off with 2 strikes today.
Shaking.
See what he likes.
Breaking ball, not a fastball.
Called strike, or not called strike 3, swing and a miss for Moser's first plate appearance, and 5th strikeout of the game now for Joe Campoli.
Yeah, just keep doing what you're doing here. 1 out, no one on. Up by 9 runs. I mean, you would say stay fastball, but he just has such good command of his breaking ball today, unlike last week. Last week he threw his breaking ball 28% of the time for strikes. Today it's got to be well over 50. I mean, look at that. This is just impressive.
Union softball was also victorious today, 9-0 over Swickley Academy. They still have allowed just 1 run in section play on the year as that breaking ball breaks around the plate to Kissick. A strikeout and a ground out so far today, or excuse me, this is 9-hitter Braden Faulkner at the plate. And that one bounces in. Newcastle has just tied that game against Shaler. What a huge game that would be if the Canes are able to pull that off. And that's in the bottom of the 5th. We'll keep you posted on that one throughout the rest of today's broadcast.
2-1, up by 9 runs, and you spin in there. That's just command. That is just feeling it and having a day.
Command and confidence.
What a great job. And then you come back with that.
Fouled into the screen. Now, when you were out there as a pitcher, were you aware of what you did to certain batters from one at-bat to the next?
Oh, absolutely. I was very, very, or at least when I got to college, I got into that more. When I was in high school and I was starting, I would look over certain scouting reports, more of certain spray charts of tendencies, go outside of the field. But then as a college pitcher, when I was at Cal U for 5 years, I was closer, setup man. It didn't matter. For the first...
Hits him on the breaking ball in the dirt. Anorak will throw down to Patton at first to complete the strikeout.
Yeah, so like I was saying, when I was at Cal U for 5 years, first 3 years I was closer. After that, I got moved into the setup role. We had a guy throwing 94. They let him close out. I set up for him. So the first 5 innings, I knew I was not pitching. Okay, so what I would do at that point is I'd have my note card. We'd have our scouting reports. I'm sitting in the bullpen. We're taking notes, every count, what tendencies we have. I mean, we had a whole season worth of at-bats. So by the time I get out there, I had 40, 50, sometimes even 80 at-bats knowing of what hitters were doing. So it was pretty in-depth, and I became pretty intensely obsessed with it almost. So when I got out there, I knew exactly what I was throwing 4 pitches ahead of time.
Great breaking ball in there for strike 2.
Some pitchers definitely not like that. They like to just get out there and kind of rip it, where I was just polar opposite. I needed to have everything planned out even the day beforehand.
This one fouled off. Count remains 1-2. Hey, student of the game, if you're willing to go and look at those, makes a big difference.
Yeah, and I was never a guy, at least in the Division II level, that was really going to overpower someone. I was not someone that was throwing 94 like guys we had. So I had to do the studying. I had to do the extra prep. I had to be precise with my slider, my cutter. All the 6 pitches I was throwing at the time, I had to know exact spot, exact location, exact time and count of it. You know, some days it worked, some days it didn't.
2-2. And misses downstairs. Kissick able to check the swing. And now the count full. Three ball, 2 strike. Breaking ball, froze him on the inside corner.
Can't tell you twice.
Strikes out the side in order. Does Campoli, now 7 strikeouts on the afternoon. Remains a 10-1 Shenango advantage through 5 innings of play. Back in a moment. You're watching the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
Just like going to the doctor, our homes need a checkup too. If your home is not properly weatherized, you could be at risk for symptoms that cause unhealthy ailments and higher utility bills. The Weatherization Assistance Program is the key to reducing utility costs and increasing comfort in your home. Services include an in-home energy audit to inspect your furnace and hot water tank, check for air sealing around windows and doors, and ensure adequate insulation and ventilation. Learn more at lcap.org or call the Department of Healthy Homes to get your checkup today.
Hey, Mom, do you need a ride to the store today?
Oh, no thanks, hon. I got it covered. Mike's taking me.
Okay, well, you have a doctor's appointment tomorrow, right? I can take you to that.
No, I got it covered too. Mike's taking me.
Mike?
Yes, Mike's my ex driver. Picks me up right at my door and even helps carry my groceries. It's so convenient to schedule and ride with Axe. Wish I would have called him sooner.
Okay, Mom. Sounds like you got it covered.
I have an apple pie ready to eat. How about you help me with that?
At Medore Bonner Law, we're more than just attorneys. We're your community partners. With a combined experience that spans decades, attorneys Jason Medore, Michael Bonner, and Greg Rossitelli are your trusted advisors for all legal matters. From personal injury to estate planning, business law to family disputes, we are here to guide you through every step of the legal process. Our full-service, community-based approach ensures that you're not just a client, but a valued member of our family. Give us a call or visit us online at MedoreBonnerLaw.com for more information.
When it comes to shopping for insurance, there are thousands of options out there. MVP Insurance proactively shops and compares your policies to find the best coverage and rate. Josh Medore and David Verratti want to provide you with the level of personalized service that you know that you are the MVP of their agency. They simplify insurance so you can live stress-free. Visit one of the locations in Xenia Leopold or in New Springfield, Ohio. Call MVP for the win. Proud sponsor of the MVP of the game on the Lawrence County SportsNet.
Another pitching change here for the Laurel Spartans. Vern Sipe is going to head to the mound, so he's going to re-enter back in the 9 spot in the lineup. I believe Faulkner will head back out to right field. McCrell currently at third base. Santini, who had moved to short after his innings pitching. First pitch, and it's going to be
right at him.
Right at your new third baseman in McCrell. Good stop on the one hop, throw across the diamond for the first out of the inning.
One pitch, one out, exactly what we're looking for out of the relievers for Sipe. Got to understand the situation, just got to attack, trust your defense, trust your stuff. So far, pretty good.
Third appearance for Vern Sipe, 3 innings pitched.
Another good young pitcher the Spartans have.
They've used 9 different hurlers on the year, has Coach Burks and company. Coach Burks played at Pitt Bradford, assisted both at Neshannock and Union in his time before taking over for Coach Gene DiGennaro a couple years ago. This one's popped up behind shortstop. Santini able to get back to it to make the second out of the inning. 2 up, 2 down for Sipe. So part of this is, like you said, maybe throwing a bullpen. But part of it is also probably saving all arms to be available for game 2 tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, the Spartans are okay for tomorrow with Connor McCrell, R.J. Kissick, 2 really good pitchers that they have that have both been successful all year. I mean, it's going to be a new ball game tomorrow, just like we've talked about with the splits all year. You never know in this section. So a definitely tough section. Got to be one of the toughest ones in AA, right?
For sure.
You would know better than I do.
Well, we'll look at those here coming up in the bottom of the inning. We'll look at all that.
That was not a fastball, not a curveball. Might have been a changeup.
The way it dropped, almost looked like a splitter the way it dropped.
That right there.
That was a more traditional off-speed.
You think that's a curveball?
Curve, maybe.
I'm not sure what that pitch is there. We were right behind the catcher. There's a fastball.
But that's a good piece of hitting for Jack Keeler.
3 for 3. Going for another hustle double. What a relay.
And he's not going to get it there. Great relay to get him out at second base.
I like the hustle from Jack.
Trying to stretch a single into the double, unable to do so.
Coach O's good with it.
And that's going
Love
to
the effort.
end the inning. Yeah, love the effort. He's 3 for 3, trying to stretch a single into a double. We have a couple. We're going to have a tough time, as we'll keep it right here at lcsportsnet.com. We're going to have a tough time coming up with our MVP insurance MVP of the game. But since you mentioned the section standings, let's take a look at that. We mentioned Burgettstown currently ranked number 1 according to the Trib Live High School Sports Network. They're tied with Fort Cherry at 7-1 ahead on top of Section 1. I believe they still have to play their series against each other, though, down the stretch. Cal's in second with a 5-3 record, and Fraser, Charhue, and Bentworth are all going to be fighting for that fourth and potential final playoff spot. In Section 3, Riverview at 9-1, Olsh at 7-1 atop the standings. Then you have Southside and Apollo Ridge, who are pretty much locked into the third and fourth spot, though they could still flip-flop here down the stretch. But when you look at Section 2 here, New Brighton coming in technically as the top team in the section at 7-3, or Shenango win today would put them at 7-2, would leapfrog them. New Brighton, this is their off week, no section games for the Lions here today. Neshannock at 5-3 with Freedom tied for third place. Laurel a game back at 4-3. They still have their second game to play against Aliquippa. So imagining they win that game against Aliquippa, pretend that's already happened. You would have Neshannock, Freedom, Laurel all essentially at 5-3.
Wow.
They all split against each other. All of them will make the playoffs because it's the top 4 that make the playoffs and ties. And the fact that you've not had a single sweep of any game so far,
unheard of,
in this section, it's incredible. In fact, no team has officially clinched playoffs.
Wow. Now, what are our matchups next week? Do we know who's playing Aliquippa next week and who's playing Northgate next week? Not to pick on those teams,
but we know what that is, right?
But I think we know what that is this far into the season.
So
Santini takes ball 1.
That's the good news is. For Laurel fans, is that they have still their series against Northgate to come.
Okay, so they have 1 remaining against Aliquippa and potentially 2. So you would think, knowing the ball team that I'm seeing and knowing, you would think or hope that that's 3 wins for the Spartans.
That is only the second hit of the game allowed by Cam Poley as Luca Santini leads off.
Good for Luca.
Oh, absolutely. Again, I mean, he's had a rough time starting the year swinging the bat.
He's a good hitter. You know he is. Sometimes it just doesn't fall your way.
Baseball is such a streaky game. First pitch swinging is Carlson, taking on the backhand there at third by Nate Dean. He's made a bunch of great plays over there at the hot corner, able to throw it across and retire Colton for the first out of the inning.
Yeah, and an underrated play there by Nate Dean.
A freshman, by the way.
Even better. You have a freshman playing third that makes a really tough play. Instead of trying to force out at second base and turn a double play when you know you're not turning a double play on a ball hit up the line that hard like that, just take the out, try and get this game over with. You're up by 9. A lot of times a freshman would force that throw to second base. That is just a great job. Did he go? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
No, he did not.
I didn't like that one.
Oh, pitcher, you want everyone
As a pitching perspective, he went. If that bat leaves his shoulder, he went.
That's the right phrase right there for sure.
For me, as a pitcher, that's the way I think. And again, Joe doing a great job here, only at 84 pitches now.
That one misses up and away, makes it count 2-1. The official pitch count, I believe that one comes in at number 87.
Oh, I'm off. Okay, yes. Bad math.
Carry the one there.
I don't have the calculator.
Carry the one there, Yuck. Downstairs for ball 4, McBride able to reach. Second base runner of the inning. And that's the first time that they've had multiple runners on base at the same time all day. Connor McCrell started at shortstop, slid over to third base. He's been on base both times so far today.
He's been hitting the ball pretty well this year.
First pitch breaking ball in the outside corner. 314 average, leads the team with 5 swiped bags as well. You asked what the series are next week. Laurel against Northgate. Shenango takes on Freedom. as it's a ground ball towards short, and it's going to get into Ross and allow everyone to advance 90 feet. The runner jumped right in front of him, may have altered the eyesight there. Yep.
Yeah, great job by the base runner, Lucas Santini, there. If you watch that closely, he actually almost stopped as he was going to hold the shortstop's vision there. Sure, it was a tough hop. Sure, this infield's tough. We've said it all day. Not an excuse. But that's just simply on Lucas Santini, the experience from the junior there. Great job. Bases juiced. 1 out. Pitch count's getting up there. I mean, sure it's a little lopsided, but Spartans, this is where we see who the guys are, what we have. Big inning here for tomorrow. Instead of killing the DH.
They are. Shout out Professor Briggs.
What a fun rule that is.
It's real fun when you start getting into the re-entry, because technically what they could do, so right now Will Zorlenick is hitting for himself. The DH is out of the game, so Jack Jones, the starter, is out. But Jack Jones could still re-enter into the game because he has 1 re-entry. That'll be the first time Zorlenick is out. Then he technically has a re-entry as well. It's almost like the flex in softball, as both are starters, both are entitled to a re-entry in high school baseball.
Yeah, and for Will here, he's got to be patient and find his pitch. Ooh, what a good spot.
Great breaking ball to catch the outside corner.
There's just nothing you can do with that as a hitter.
McBride at second, Mackerel at first. So Zorlenick up the middle, taken there by Ross, and he's going to get to the bag for 1, on to first in time for the second double play of the game for the Shenango defense.
What a job from Joe Campoli. Like I've said probably about 5 times now. Last week he threw his curveball at a 28% strike count. Today it's got to be well over 50-60%. What makes a good pitcher sometimes is having that secondary pitch that you can throw and attack with. Trust in your stuff. Like we said in the keys before the game, is to be intentional with it. Intentional meaning let it do what it's supposed to do. Let these hitters beat it into the ground. He's been doing it all day.
10-1 heading to the 7th inning. Back in a moment on the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
Your hip, your knee, your shoulder, whatever has been holding you back, UPMC Orthopedic Care is where you'll find experts to help you get back to a better quality of life. UPMC is pioneering minimally invasive surgeries, and we offer personalized treatment plans and same-day surgery to get you home and moving sooner. It's your ankle, your elbow, your hand, and it's your move. Visit upmc.com/ortho to learn how UPMC can help.
Congratulations to our March LCAP Team of the Month. The Lawrence County SportsNet is proud to honor Newcastle Boys Bowling as March's LCAP Team of the Month after winning their first ever section title, qualifying for the Western Regional Finals, and having all 5 starters qualify for the WPIAL Individual Finals. Congratulations to Coach Pitzer and the Newcastle Bowling Team, our March LCAP Team of the Month.
Top 7. Oops.
Top of the 7th inning, here we go. 10-1, Shenango leading here against Laurel. Vern Sipe, the 4th pitcher being used today here by the Laurel Spartans. Lucas Santini started, went 2 2/3 innings, gave up 7 runs, only 3 were earned. All 4 in the first inning, unearned runs, and that's going to be a pitcher's best friend. You go onto the mound for the first time, and you already have a 4-run advantage.
Yeah, for Joe, just an amazing day for this kid so far. A lot different than last week. Just a funny game of baseball. I mean, this kid's been pitching for 4 years, varsity level now. I can't say he's probably had many outings like last week. And then to rebound like he did this week, taking a no-hitter into the 5th inning, I believe it was, 4th inning. I mean, just incredible so far.
Only 2 hits allowed on the game and a single unearned run.
And then the following batter after the hits, what's he do? Double plays.
Yep.
I mean, you can't throw a much better game than this. If he's throwing like that, and then like I've said a few times about Tyler Houck behind him, Jack Keeler behind him, I mean, the Wildcats have the arms, playing good baseball right now. AA is pretty open. There's no team that's just going to dominate it like we've seen this year. I mean, they can make a run.
Look at the teams that have been perennial powers right now in AA baseball. Sarah Catholic, they moved down to 1A. Seton LaSalle, they move up to 3A. I mean, those are your top 2 potential teams to look at. Now, you do have Burgettstown still up there. You got Riverview that's moved up from 1A to 2A. They're a quality program. Fort Cherry, obviously, overall, their programs have been doing very well. So you have lots of potential options, but both these teams, and really every team in this section, a great possibility to be able to do something with it, as that pitch from for Ziegler is popped up and caught by the shortstop, Lucas Santini, for the first out of the inning.
Yeah, and I talk to Coach Burks on a daily basis. I work with him.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, he's a great guy, one of my good friends. Coach Sean Dijon, another assistant over there for the Spartans. Coach Q from the Shenango, I talk to him almost daily. I mean, these guys, you know, there's been ups and downs of all the teams in this section so far. So it's just not who's the best team, but who's going to get hot at the right time. With 1 week of section play remaining, now's the time you got to go.
And that's also what's made this, you know, section series mentality so much more fun as well, Rich, to be able to figure that out. If you have to have a crew ready to go, and, you know, hey, Shenango played their first 2 section series against the 2 lowest ranked teams in the section. You know, you almost got to throw that away. I mean, Coach O said that last week before the Shenango game, so we don't know what we are really yet. We haven't really seen anything. We split against in our first series against New Brighton. Those first 2 really didn't matter to them.
Well, and that's where the non-section schedule that you talked about comes into play. Going in, it's okay, you lose, but it's Riverside. In the playoffs, when you get to the state playoffs, if they get there, I mean, you're going to see teams, maybe not to Riverside's level, but that are going to be thrown it with some velocity like Zach Hare and like some of the guys at Riverside. Every now and then, it's okay to lose a baseball game, like I referenced earlier.
Pinch runner going in.
Sounds like he's getting someone loose to throw as well for the Wildcats.
That might be Trey Ross, who's going to get loose to throw potentially. Jamel Haney is the pinch runner.
Okay. Up to bat here, we have Sam Patton, I believe.
Yes. Patton on base 3 times himself, 2 for 3, a couple of runs scored. Coming up after the game, we will give our scoring recap and again give out our MVP Insurance MVP of the game and the Mela Chiropractic Play of the Game Award.
Yes,
Home, auto, term, life, liability insurance, and more at mvpins.com. MVP Insurance for more information.
Yeah, Sam Patton, a kid that I talked about earlier, I mean, his pregame IO that he took was one of the most impressive that I've seen from a high school kid in quite some time.
First pitch misses inside for ball 1. I mean, just talk about that because he's playing a little bit of everywhere first off, right?
Yeah, I mean, he started the IO, the pregame at shortstop. Then he went over to second base, and you could see he was working through.
He popped up on the right side. It's going to go out of play. Go ahead, Yuk.
Yeah, so there was a process. There was a set of preparation that took place before the game, before anyone gets here. The little things like this is what's going to get the Wildcats over the hump again this year. Is before the game, he's playing first today, but he's taking the throws. It's short from the deep hole. Then he moves over to second and is working his double plays. Then he moves over to first base and is working on his picks with their coach. I mean, little things like that is what makes or breaks these games. I mean, just super, super impressive stuff from this kid that before today I was not all familiar with, but I'd like to follow him, you know, throughout the rest of this year.
Well, and that's part of it, though, too, is the fact that he's, you know, starting as the first baseman today. And then also
can easily play anywhere
well,
else.
Well, right, and, you know, when Joe Campoli's not pitching, he's normally at first, which means that Sam will be probably moving over to the second or short, depending on, like you said, if Trey Ross is pitching, maybe he moves all the way to short.
You said he's a college football commit?
He committed to Grove City. That is correct.
Yeah, you can see the athleticism, strong kid.
Throw over to first. Good play by Kissick to snag that one. Pitch before that was nearly another pickoff at first. Patton, well, he did lead the team in doubles with 2, but matched by Ross. That one kicked back to Carlson. He thought about firing one down there, but it will be a wild pitch advancement for Jamel Haney. Haney, the pinch runner there.
Yeah, Sipe is struggling with that breaking ball right now. So for the Wildcat hitters, they are looking dead red fastball. Going through the heart here, 2, 3, 4 hitters with Patton, Campoli, and Anna Rock.
And this one given a ride by Patton to deep center field. Back,
That's
back, and an over-the-shoulder catch made by J.J. McBride.
Wow.
Tell you what, each team has 3 errors in the day, Richie, but we've seen some pretty impressive defensive play across the board for both teams as well.
That was an amazing job by J.J. The safety on the football team, you could see him just drop the hips, turn to the spot and run, where a lot of times a center fielder, an outfielder, or even an infielder with a ball above their head will kind of drift and backpedal, or JJ just turned his hips completely, trying to beat it to the spot, exactly what he did there.
This one given a ride by Campoli towards deep right center field. Faulkner will get under it, though, in the gap and make the catch to end the inning. No runs, no hits, a walk, and a runner left on the bags. Last chance for the Spartans, but they need a bunch, trailing 10-1 here at lcsportsnet.com, powered by LCAP.
At Medore Bonner Law, we're more than just attorneys. We're your community partners. With a combined experience that spans decades, attorneys Jason Medore, Michael Bonner, and Greg Rossitelli are your trusted advisors for all legal matters. From personal injury to estate planning, business law to family disputes, we are here to guide you through every step of the legal process. Our full-service, community-based approach ensures that you're not just a client, but a valued member of our family. Give us a call or visit us online at MedoreBonnerLaw.com for more information.
Works in Progress Painting wishes a successful and satisfying season to all the Lawrence County sports teams and athletes. Work hard and bring honor to your team, school, and family in how you play. Joe Wright and his family have been providing painting, window cleaning, and other property services for business and homeowners in the Lawrence County area for over 10 years. Their goal on every project is to provide a meaningful service that honors their customer, God, and their family, and to have fun while doing it. Works in Progress is now booking interior painting projects for both residential and commercial projects. Call Joe today at 724-714-4294 to discuss your next project.
So we were questioning here before the break, what do we do at 93 pitches? Shenango will bring their senior left-hander back out to finish as much as he can to get up to that 100-pitch limit. And we talked about it in the games last week. Only now 5 pitchers have been used all year from Shenango, but their top 3 have been used pretty consistently between Joe Campoli and then Tyler Houck as the number 2. Trey Ross really is a number 3 first guy out of the pen most times, but those 3 especially have really been the bread and butter of this Shenango staff. Probably the best 1-2-3 punch we've seen in the county, maybe since Frischetti-Saragnese-Nuzo combo about 10 years ago.
It's been quite some time now. I don't know about that. I know Tino Campoli and Zach Herb as a 1-2.
That was about as good as you get.
That, and then Rocco Bernardino and Anthony Miller.
Who was the number 3 on that team? Do you remember?
From Newcastle?
No, yeah, that too. I was thinking of the Shenango duo from 4 years ago with
Kamer.
Kamer, that's right.
Had to be. He's playing at Marshall now. I mean, talk about a ball player. Did you see the play he made by any chance?
The one where he ended up in the stands, basically? Yes. Absolutely incredible. Tyler Kamer, I mean, and that's a guy, it was so impressive watching him because he was, more often than not, the smallest guy on the baseball field.
Oh, yeah, but one of the strongest. So when you say small, I mean, that kid is stocky and wide. That is a strong kid.
Ground ball retiring Shearer. Campoli for the first out of the inning. 5-3 on the putout, and that's about 4 or 5 putouts by Nate Deem at third base here today. Yeah, no, I mean, I'm going to exaggerate. He looks like he's 5'6" when he stands in the batter's box, does TK, but when he swings the bat every time, it feels like it is going out of the park.
You know, and I'll tell you a thing about TK. So working down Sansone Baseball Academy, where we have a cage that's open for cage rentals. You can go and rent it until 11 o'clock. If you wanted it after and you text us, we'd probably let you go there. Tyler Kamer, who hasn't been home in quite some time now because at Marshall, probably still has triple the amount of hours that anyone has ever been in that cage. That kid would show up.
3-pitch strikeout, and he's only at 98, so he can finish this game.
I mean, this is unbelievable right now.
This is the Joe Campoli we expected to see last week.
This is the one that I was looking forward to seeing last week.
Yeah, that was pitch number 99.
Oh.
And Coach O'Thedy's getting confirmation because he starts the at-bat.
Can finish it now, right?
Yep, as long as you start the at-bat before you've hit 100, he is able to continue to go.
Finish it. Got to finish this as a pitcher. Everything I have right here. Just going to throw a fastball.
And first pitch is popped foul and out of play. So, yeah, the coaches and teams should be confirming between each inning. It's a home book that has the official scorebook in the end.
Ball. No.
Ground ball right side for Faulkner. Bobbled at second base by Houck. Throw to first is going to pull first baseman off the bag. Actually, Patton was able to snag it, but was unable to hold the bag. And that will be how his evening comes to an end, unfortunately, with the pitch count. They will have to go to the bullpen.
Look at Joe. Tough play. What an amazing outing that was. I mean, that kid should be applauded for what he just did.
6 2/3 innings.
Should have been 7.
1 unearned run, 2 hits. Struck out. We'll confirm. I got him for 8 as we have another red zone pitching change. Struck out 8 and only 3 walks in the game.
Yeah, I got him for 8 Ks. That was impressive. I mean, with him going, Houck behind him, and Trey Ross coming in to throw when needed to throw. In his role, he does a great job. I mean, Wildcats might be the deepest team pitching-wise in the section. I know the Shenango has a lot of guys, but I don't know if they have a top-end guy like Houck and what you just saw today from Campole. I mean, Rind is amazing.
Yeah, and he reminds me a lot of you. Not the overpowering stuff, but able to do enough different things with it to keep you on your toes.
Absolutely, and that's just the problem that they've had, and Coach Q will tell you this, is just that finding that consistent second pitcher. Same thing with New Brighton. They have Budaki.
But who's going to be the number 2 consistently?
What's after him? Freedom I'm not familiar with. I can't speak on Freedom. From talking to Coach Burks, Coach Dijon, yourself seeing them a little bit, Coach Q, it doesn't sound like they have any overpowering arms. They just out-hit everybody.
Right.
So, I mean, it looks like in playoffs, what do we always say what wins? Pitching and defense. If the Wildcats can field the ball, I'll tell you they definitely have the pitching.
And they've only used 5. That's all they've really needed throughout the course of the year. And Trey Ross, his last outing, he pitched 5 innings of relief in the game last week.
Well,
that was against Mohawk in relief, and ended up getting the win in relief. How about 5 innings pitched of 2-hit baseball?
Well, I'll tell you, in my junior and senior year, or even you can add my sophomore year, so let me think about this. 8, 12, 13, 14, 15. So my sophomore year to my senior year, we played 15 playoff games. Take a guess how many pitchers threw in those 15 playoff games?
3.
2.
Just you 2?
Not one other person threw a pitch in 15 playoff games. So my point of that is not to talk about Nishanek and myself is, I mean, Campole and Houck, it can be done. They have the guys that make a deep run.
I figured Nuz had to get at least 1 inning in there.
He did not.
Ground ball, right side, good play. Hey, you mentioned Sam Patton. How about that? He moves over to second base, and he's going to get the final put-out of the game. Trey Ross, 1 pitch, 1 out to end today's contest. Your final score, Shenango 10, Laurel 1. We'll wrap it all up here in a moment. It's the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
Tired of gasoline costs? Why drive? Let the Newcastle Transit Authority take you where you want to go. Serving the city of Newcastle and stops throughout Lawrence County, as well as weekday service to Pittsburgh. Public transportation just makes sense. Why drive when you can relax and ride? For more information or for route schedules, log on to newcastletransit.org. The Newcastle Transit Authority, going your way. And remember, senior citizens ride free.
Whether you're hosting a big party, it's family dinner night, or you just need a place to go and watch the big game, the Crane Room Grill is the place to be. Need that something special for your upcoming event? Ask about the CR Brewing Company's custom brewing options to give your big day that personalized touch that your guests will never forget. Visit craneroom.com to see their full menu, or call in your takeout order now at 724-656-1553. The Crane Room Grill and CR Brewing Company, a winning combination.
I love what I do because coming in every day is different.
How can you not enjoy these kids coming up and hugging you and giving you these great smiles all throughout the day?
Seeing the progress that our kids make every single day is one of the reasons I love coming to school.
What should we do?
We have fun.
LCAP Early Learning Centers is hiring. Help empower young minds in Lawrence County and become a superhero today. Apply at lcap.org.
When the high school season heats up, make sure you have the best gear to support your school. Head to the Red Zone on Wilmington Road in the Shenango for all your county sporting apparel needs. From sporting goods to custom apparel to embroidery and more, the Red Zone has it all. Quality gear for all 8 schools in the County of Champions. Stop by and enter the Red Zone or visit them online at theredzonesports.com. Score big at the Red Zone.
Right now, someone very special needs your help. This is Jack Lynn, CEO of City Rescue Mission. No one is beyond God's love and care. One person's life can affect another. Though you may never meet this person, you can make a difference in his or her life. Hurting men and women in our community desperately need food, shelter, and physical and spiritual care. Some are struggling with abuse and addiction. They feel alone, unloved, and forgotten. Individual, caring people provide their hope. You can help change the lives of men, women, and children. Visit cityrescuemission.org and help us today.
Tri-County Principals post-game show here at lcsportsnet.com. Powered by LCAP, Shenango wins Game 1 of the series 10-1 over Laurel. We'll get right into it with our Gem Master Builders and Craftsmen scoring recap. 4 runs in the top of the first for Shenango. Trey Ross reaches on an error. Sam Patton on an infield single and then an errant throw moved both runners over. Joe Campoli then drives in a run with an RBI single. After an Anorak single and a flyout, a RBI walk for A.J. Farilla, and then a 2-run single for Jack Keeler made it 4-0 in favor of the in favor of Shenango before Shenango even got to go to the plate. They would expand upon that lead in the 3rd inning. A 1-out walk from Nate Deem, and then from Jack Keeler also reaching on a walk. A sacrifice from 9-hitter Ricky Ziegler, and Trey Ross matches the name with a 2-run triple to left field. Just like that, it was 6-0 and made it 7-0 as Sam Patton singled him home on the next at-bat. Laurel would get their lone run of the game back in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Braden Faulkner reached on an error. Pinch runner Jack Brest would end up scoring on a groundout from Lucas Santini. The RBI single made it 7-1 at that point. And in the 5th inning, 3 more runs on the board for Shenango. A leadoff double for Jack Keeler. He would score on a Trey Ross RBI single. Ross would steal second. Sam Patton would get hit by a pitch. They would both score on a Christian Anorak 2-run double. Made the score 10-1. Shenango almost got out of it with just throwing their starter in Joe Campoli for the entirety of the game. He ended up on pitch number 99 as he went to the last at bat. Got the ground out, but the throw pulled the runner wide, and that leads to having to bring Trey Ross in. He throws just to one batter. I believe it was just one pitch, actually, to get the final out. 2 pitches to get the final out of the game. 10-1, your final score. 10 runs, 11 hits, 4 errors. They left 9 runners on the bags. Laurel with 1 run on 2 hits, 3 errors, and 6 runners left on base. Richie, just overall a complete performance. 3 errors, I know they won't like that, but complete performance all around, really, from the Shenango Wildcats team.
Yeah, like we'd referenced last week, the loss to Neshannock maybe wasn't the worst thing for the Wildcats. Now, obviously, you don't want to lose like that. You don't want to lose on your home turf to them. But just to revitalize them. Today they came out with energy. They threw the first punch in the top of the 1st inning. Campoli threw one of the best games he's probably ever thrown, if not the best game. I mean, super impressive stuff that we just saw from them today. All around, I like the depth. I like the sticks of the Wildcats. Little lineup change today, little things like that. Some experience with your leader and Coach O. I mean, this is a team to watch out for.
It certainly is. I mean, we kind of alluded to it. I mean, Shenango and Neshannock both coming down from 3A with a couple of the, reigning big-time players, of St. LaSalle and Sarah Catholic no longer being around. I mean, that just makes a huge difference that this is a wide-open area. But, we've also said this before, too, many times in today's broadcast. Game 2 tomorrow is going to be a completely different story no matter what, because any given day in this section, anything can happen, and we've not seen a sweep of any team yet other than the games against the Quips and the Flames.
Right, like we keep talking about, no sweeps in this section. It would be huge for the Wildcats to get the first sweep. That could potentially put them in the playoffs.
It would clinch. It would be the first team to clinch playoffs if they were to do it tomorrow.
Okay, so huge game tomorrow. I mean, we have the Wildcats at home with Tyler Houck going, Penn State Shenango commit, kid that is a really, really good pitcher. I mean, great stuff. And then on the other side, you got R.J. Kissick, the LaRoche commit. You got Connor McCrell. Don't know who's going to start. Both they've kind of been alternating off a little bit. So 2 high-level pitchers for the Spartans to bring back tomorrow. Let's see if they could bounce back the way that the Wildcats did last week. Sometimes a loss isn't the worst thing for you.
couple of stat lines because the Shenango batters is really impressive. So first, let's start with the leadoff batter, Trey Ross. On base all 5 times that he went to the plate. Ends up with a 2 for 4, reached on error twice, and also walked. 3 RBI for him. Sam Patton had a 2 for 4. He had an RBI and a couple of runs scored. Christian Anarok 2 for 3 with a 2 RBI double in the game. Jack Keeler 3 for 3. He had a couple of RBI and a couple of runs scored. Just top to bottom, I think that's what's the biggest thing being seen here. Everybody getting the job done here today, 1 through 9.
Yeah, just a collective win. I mean, your 8-hitter going 3 for 3, 2 runs scored, 2 runs in, trying to push a hustle double in the 6th inning, 7th inning, when the score was 10-1. I mean, it's little things like that where you have your 8-hitter trying to get a hustle double on a ball down the right field line. That's more of a culture thing. It's just a tip of the cap to Coach O. The way he's built this organization, this team, and everything, it's just super impressive stuff to see.
Well, let's just get that out of the way right now because hustle plays like that are what kind of really opened our eyes, and that's why Jack Keeler is going to be our MVP Insurance MVP of the game. Talk about him specifically today, Joachim, and what he did so well.
Yeah, I mean, like I talked about, 3 for 3, got on base 4 times, hustle double meaning it's a ball that's a single that you probably should stay at first, but just based off how hard you get out of the box, trying to get to second base, trying to stretch it. Took his chance, got thrown out, but you could see as soon as he got thrown out, Coach O was the first person slapping him on the butt, telling him great job, how proud he was of him. Just trying to make that high-effort play, little things like that. Caught 2 balls in the right center gap today, staying behind it, good footwork, not letting base runners for the Spartans advance. Just super, super impressive from a kid that every now and then you need that guy that's not your Campoli, not your Anarok. You need someone else to step up every now and then. Today was Keeler's day.
So MVP Insurance proud to present today's MVP of the Game award to Jack Keeler of Shenango. He just got his customized t-shirt courtesy of the Red Zone in recognition of being named today's MVP of the game. You can view the full list of game MVPs at lcsportsnet.com. Click on play or MVP of the game. Congratulations again, Jack Keeler. On base all 4 times, 3 for 3, 2 runs, 2 RBI. Your MVP Insurance MVP of the game. Call MVP for the win. The other award, made the Chiropractic Play of the Game award, and that's one of the best plays I've seen made at the high school level. Diving to his bare hand side, going up the middle, is the second baseman in Tyler Hauk. Stops it, glove flips it to second base to start the 4-6-3 double play. I mean, Richie, that's one that you dream of as a middle infielder.
That's it. That might be a once-in-a-lifetime play. I mean, just full layout, ball hit up the middle to your, like you said, not to your glove hand side where it's easier to lay out and dive, to your bare hand side up the middle, and then not only do you catch it, let alone just knock it down, he gets up, gets that out at second base right after they had their first hit of the ball game. I mean, just super, super impressive stuff. You're going to need plays like that to get over the hump.
So Tyler Hauk, your Made the Chiropractic Play of the Game award. He just got his customized t-shirt as well, courtesy of the Red Zone for being today's Made Chiropractic Play of the Game. You can certainly view the highlight of that one. We'll have that one up on Twitter and Instagram here tonight, and you can check out the full list of award winners, lcsportsnet.com. Click on awards. Congratulations again, Tyler Hauk, starting the 4-6-3 double play for your Made Chiropractic Play of the Game. Let Made Chiropractic keep you in the game. That play certainly kept any sort of run from Laurel potentially happening. Shenango able to be victorious 10-1, moves them to 7-2 in section play. Laurel now at 4-4. So I do believe tiebreakers and all that put in there. Let me think. No, it's still nothing is clinched. Nothing is clinched unless Shenango can get a win tomorrow. And that's just again a testament to how tough this section has been to be able to get. You got to be able to get a sweep. No one has done so yet, and you know that Coach Burks and company are going to be coming out with all guns a-blazing for Game 2 tomorrow.
Yeah, they'll be fine tomorrow. I have full confidence in Coach Burks, Coach McBride, Coach Dijon. I mean, an amazing staff they have over there, headed by Coach Burks at the top. You got to flush it. New day tomorrow. You let this one kind of burn you a little bit till tonight. Once you wake up tomorrow, new day, new ball game. You got RJ, you got Connor. You have everyone basically you need. They just got to execute a little better at the plate. Got to execute better in the field. You cannot start a ball game off with 2 errors, especially when you get a ground ball to first base to start the game.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just a momentum thing. That's for the pitcher more than the defense. I mean, that's what sets his whole game up. Is I got my first 2 outs and 6 pitches. I get out of the first inning at maximum 10, 12 instead of 31 like he did. I mean, it could be at the field, it could be a tough hop, or it could just be a lack of focus, lack of execution. Not exactly sure, not to pinpoint it on any of the kids or anything. But, like, if we're going to get over the hump.
That's a tough way to start, especially when you're going against a Joe Campoli, right?
Yeah, I mean, you just can't do that. Look at Neshannock last week. How many errors did Shenango have? You're not going to beat Jake Wren with all those errors.
Exactly. And, hey, still plenty of ball to go. Laurel still controls their own destiny in terms of making it into the playoffs. Win tomorrow would certainly help that fact. But, again, big thanks to Coach Burks, Coach O. Hey, I think I'm finally allowed to go to a Shenango game. I think it's the first in the last 2 years that Shenango has won when I've been in attendance. So monkey off my back. You're welcome there, Coach Ophides. Big thanks to them getting us all this great information ahead of time for these games. And obviously Coach Locke and everyone here getting us set up. Producer, got to give a shout to Matt Flannery producing the softball game. He set everything else up here before we even got here today, before he even then went out to the softball game. So big shout out to him, Rob Natel, Ash Pistachio up there, our producer here today, Michael Greco. By the way, time of the game today, 2 hours and 2 minutes. Tomorrow, stay tuned. In theory, if the weather permits, we will be at Mohawk for the Elwood City Mohawk Game 2. That'll be a fun one.
What was the score of that game today? Did you get a final?
I did not get a final yet. I was going to check one more time before we went off of the air.
I believe it was Lake against Pazzulla. I was talking to Coach Nick Mariano yesterday.
That's what I expected.
They were saving Crawford for tomorrow.
Yeah, Crawford typically has been their number 2. Currently in the top of the 6th inning, Elwood City leading that game by a score of 4-3, and Mohawk actually just scored to make that a 4-3 in the top of the 6th inning. So big game there. Follow along. We'll have everything on social media with all the updates and, of course, all the box scores as well. Also on Friday, we'll be out in District 10 country as Wilmington takes on Mercer in a big game on Friday as well. I believe a win there would also clinch playoffs for the Hounds. So lots coming up, weather permitting. Make sure you stay tuned on Twitter, Instagram, all of our social media accounts with all of the schedule updates. For the entire SportsNet crew, my broadcast colleague Rich Sergnes, hey, we got you out here a lot more quickly, too, this time, right?
A lot more convenient this time. I only had to take a couple steps out of the door.
Yeah, well, we appreciate him. We'll certainly be, I think, making more appointments come playoff time for sure. Sounds good to me as well. Big thanks to him. For the entire crew and Rich, I'm James Dotson saying, so time, your score.